Hello everyone, hope you're having a good day today. Thank you for stopping by. It is good to see you all here. My name is Tyranno Imperial. I'm a T-Rex VTuber. For those of you who are new, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day today. And I already said welcome to my stream, but just welcome to my first ever Q&A stream. So, a bit of context, a while ago I used one of my adventure checkpoints to just get some suggestions of what people want from my content. Someone I think named Box suggested I do a Q&A stream because they asked if I ever done one before. I said no, and they said I should give it a try because it is pretty fun. And I was actually right in the middle of working on my schedule as they were saying that, so I decided, why not do it? Why not do that? So I did, and now we're here. But first, I saw earlier in chat, I think it was while I was setting up, I see Pubsy's Void and also Argus Knights. You guys both followed just now. Well, a little earlier than just now, but either way, thank you to both of you for the follows. I appreciate the support, and I hope you both enjoyed today's stream. And I also see you both in chat right now. So hello there, Argus Knight, and hello there, Pubsy. And I see your emotes there. Again, thank you to both of you for the follows just now, and I hope that you enjoyed today's stream. And same thing for Aquarium Dude over there. I see you too as well. I see Fancy Flugo is in chat again. The Fancy Flugo, welcome. Hope you're doing good. Alright. So first, hold on. First I want to check Task Manager to see how my laptop is doing. Alright. Okay, I think things are going alright with me using 310A again, amongst all my other stuff I'm using for streaming. Hopefully. Alright, but yeah. I see the emotes there, Fancy Flugo again. Warthog Attack, and Argus Knight, affirmative. Argus Knight exists indeed. So, first, I'm looking at the first post that I made, when asking people for some questions. Well, okay. This isn't, like, really part of, like, the main question things, but I might as well say it, first. Hold on. There's too much stuff in the way. I'm trying to get to, there you go, there's the text. So, question. Hold on, what was the question? Okay. As it is there. And, oh. I have no idea if this is all gonna even fit in there, but. Is there an upper limit? On questions per person. Alright, I have no idea how well this is going to fit, but let's see. Okay, so just hold on. Let me just realign it all. There we go. That'll do. Question: is there an upper limit on questions per person? No, there is not. And you don't even have to you don't have to like put your questions on any of the Twitter posts that I put, like asking for them, or the Google Forms. If you just want to ask like while I'm streaming, that's okay. I am good with that as well. No matter how you do it, I will answer everyone's questions. See. Oh, I see. Hold on. Well, Aquarium Dude 1 says, "What is your schedules?" I might as well put it in there. So let's see my schedules. I wish you could align everything better. Yeah, what is your schedule? I wish I could have everything like kind of centered, like everything's leaning from the Like, it's going from the left to the right. It's whatever with them. So, anyways, answer to the question as to what my schedule is. It's on my, it's the pinned tweet on my Twitter page. So, if you go there, you can see what my streaming schedule is like. As to how I plan it, I don't know. I just kind of go random with it. Maybe with Genshin, usually I'll like look at what kind of content is going on in that game and see if it would be a good time to stream it or not. That's why I didn't do a stream this week, because there isn't exactly much going on. At least not yet. But yeah, I've also been trying to like experiment with different times for streaming now, since I feel like it's not that uncommon to see people say that they missed my stream or that they can't make it because of time zones. So I did ask a while back, like, what time zones everyone is in, and like how should I adjust my, like how I like what time I should do my streams. Most of them, I think, for this week are still usually at 5 p.m. EST like my other ones are, but this one here I did push it back by like an hour to 6 p.m. EST, and I want to see how that goes. Hopefully it's better. We'll have to see. But yeah. Alright, so next question. Actually, ironic thing is, Max the Ankylosaur over on Twitter, in the first post that I asked for questions on, I actually asked the same thing as, like, when do I stream? Because I'm never active for the event. So I answered both of your questions, actually. Let's see. Alright. So, alright. Anzu over on Twitter, aka, let's see. Anzumi with 2 eyes, GX asked, let's see, hold on. Let's see. This one is actually pretty interesting as a paleo nerd myself. Let's see, let's get this. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on, let's get this all in. Well, okay. Here it is. So, I don't think anyone has like a real idea as to how many hatchlings that one T-Rex can have in a year. But if we are going off estimates based around close relatives, it could probably get pretty high. Like, I don't remember exactly how many crocodiles tend to have, but some do have, like, I think 30, maybe 40 eggs. Because even though they like the adult versions of crocodiles, no one really messes with them. The hatchlings, though, there's a high mortality rate for them. So, same thing with many other reptiles, especially sea turtles. I think a lot of people they've heard about like how usually only 1 out of like 100 survive, like all the way to adulthood. And that's why most reptiles, like crocodiles and turtles, have huge amounts of eggs, so it increases the odds of at least one surviving to become an adult. So for T-Rexes, it would be pretty similar. Like, no one messes with an adult T-Rex, but the chicks were a lot smaller and less dangerous than the adults are. And with predators like a Cheiroraptor, Dakotaraptor, crocodilians whose names I can't remember. I know there was like an ancient like ancestor to alligators. I don't know if it was a true alligator, but a creature closely related to them did live in Hell Creek with T-Rexes. So, well, it's like quite a whole bunch of other creatures that could have been a danger to baby Rexes. So, I mean, at an estimate, maybe 40, 50 eggs. I don't think it would go all the way up to like 100 like it is with sea turtles and I think some sauropods. But it would still be quite a lot. For the sake of making sure at least one survives. So I guess actually if they show good parenting, like both parents stay around to watch the chicks, then I feel like the odds would be a lot higher that at least that a good portion of them will live. Not a lot, but a decent portion maybe. More so than sea turtles at least. So in that case, maybe like just around 30 could, I don't know. I'll just go with like 40, 50 estimates, but it's hard to know for sure because we haven't found any T-Rex nests. Oh, and I see, Katia, Giyu, I definitely mispronounced that, but, I see, thank you for the follow just now, I appreciate the support, and it's good to see you here, and I hope that I hope you're having a good day, and I hope that you enjoyed today's stream. No, that's, okay, there you go. That's good. I'm usually not the best with names, so I just wanted to be sure. But I'm glad I got it right. And yeah, right now we're doing my first ever Q&A session, and it's been going alright so far. And I hope everyone else is having a good time as well. So, right, we just finished a question from Anzu on Twitter about how many babies a T-Rex would have. And that, I put an estimate around like 40 to 50 eggs, because I think that's around like how many a crocodile would tend to have, or they definitely wouldn't have as much as like a sea turtle or like a sauropod would. But they would still need a lot of them to make sure at least one T-Rex chick gets to adulthood. Because even with apex predators, the mortality rate for young animals in the wild is not the best. Because there's lots of predators around. They would probably want to have as many children as possible to ensure at least one of them makes it. So I feel like, based on fossils of other dinosaurs, including Tyrannosaurids, I feel like T-Rexes would have had pretty decent parenting skills and maybe more would survive than how it would be with some other reptiles. But we haven't found a T-Rex nest yet, so we don't know for sure. But maybe someday. Alright, so next question. So, this one is from John Riendu. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but he asked on Twitter, let's see. What's your favorite show? I have no idea because I don't really think that often about like what my favorite of something is. If I had to choose those, I don't know. It's a really hard decision whenever I start thinking about like what's my favorite of something. I don't really tend to have favorites, but let's see. Favorite shows. I mean, I don't know. Like, I do like some dinosaur shows, but what? Let's see, I'm trying to think. Like, none of them are exactly like on air right now. Plus, lots of them, they hold a lot of nostalgia. Some hold more nostalgia value than others. Some are like the artistic value of. Some are just like look cool. I guess I'll just list some of my favorites, and I see Pubsy asked the question in chat. I'll get to that one soon. As for favorite show, yeah, like I said before, I think I'll name just some that I really like. And in that case, I guess I did really like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender. I mean, I don't know anyone who doesn't like it, but I am bad at wording things, but it was a show that a friend of mine actually introduced me to. I didn't watch it back in like the heyday, back when it was airing live on TVs, because when I was growing up I didn't have cable, so I never actually got to see it like on a television. But I also wasn't one of the people who like got into it during that whole thing where everyone was stuck inside for a while. It was actually a little bit before that, like maybe a year or so, when a friend of mine introduced me to Avatar. And I mean, I already said it was one of my favorite shows, but I really did pleasantly enjoy the show, and I did kind of base off part of my character off someone in that show. I'll let you guess who. But also, I see Siguma is in chat. Lucky the Dino stream. Well, thank you for stopping by, Shiguma. Thanks for the lurk. I appreciate it. And I hope if you're still watching the stream, that you enjoy your time here. And I see Karma also followed just now. Thank you for the support. And I see the Foxo has arrived indeed. And I see the animated emos there. Hello there, Karma. Welcome to the stream. Hope that you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope that you are doing good. Right now, we're going through my first ever Q&A stream, and the question I'm going over right now is what my favorite show is. I don't really have much of a favorite specifically, but I did say one of my favorite shows is Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I actually did kind of base off my character off someone from that show. You can take a guess who. But yes. I don't know if there's anything I can really say about it that someone else hasn't said at this point. Like, basically everything about it is really good. Plus, I myself am not very good at describing things, but just in general, the music, especially this one soundtrack that plays when Zuko and some other Fire Nation soldiers are arriving to the southern water tribes. I don't think it's like the true Fire Nation theme, but whenever I hear that soundtrack, it just gives me chills. But yeah, I'm really not good at talking about things. But also, I see T-Rex Dinosaurs is in chat. Hello there. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing good. Thank you for stopping by, and it's good to see you here. And I hope that you are doing well. Alright, so right now, I'm trying to think of other shows I would consider at least one of my favorites. It's Avatar. It's I guess Dinosaur Planet was an old dinosaur documentary from a while ago, like several years ago. It doesn't hold up as well as it used to with scientific accuracy, which is kind of par for the course with old dinosaur documentaries. You know, as we learn more and more about dinos, some of the things that we used to know about dinos and that we put in our dino documentaries sometimes become outdated. But even so, it still holds up really well for me in terms of like story and characters, because they actually had that going for them, unlike most dinosaur documentaries. I feel like some of them they also have that, but I feel like Dinosaur Planet in particular was focused a lot on the story of one specific dinosaur throughout the entirety of each episode. I think I did choose. I think, well, probably the most interesting of the episodes for me would be Pod's Travels. It's about a pyroraptor who somehow gets washed out to sea and then lands on Hateg Island, which for those of you who don't know is an island that lots of dwarf species of dinosaurs have been found, including an incredibly small species of sauropod called, I think, Megariosaurus or something like that. I have no idea how it's supposed to be pronounced, but like I said, it's supposed to be a sauropod, but I don't know exactly how large it's supposed to be, but I'm pretty sure it's like maybe smaller than a horse, or I might be wrong about that. I'm not sure exactly how small it is, but I do remember this one scene from, I think, Planet Dinosaur, where it was extremely outsized by Quetzalcoatlus. Or another S-Star shit, it might have been Quetzal, but I'm not sure. And then besides that one, I think the first episode of Dinosaur Planet that I watched was White Tip's Journey, which was about a Velociraptor. I don't know how much I like it compared to some of the other episodes, but that one was still pretty fun too. I did like how I think they kind of paid a little homage to Jurassic Park, where one of the raptors that White Tip meets is named Broken Hand, and it's a male velociraptor with, well, like I said earlier, as the name would suggest, he has a broken hand. And I think it's supposed to be like broken in the same posture that the hands are for the velociraptors in Jurassic Park. I'm not entirely sure if that's true. It's been a while since I watched the show, but I feel like it would be a huge missed opportunity if that wasn't the case. But yeah, so those are two of my favorite shows, Avatar and Dinosaur Planet. I'm not good at talking about my favorite of anything that I like, especially color. I'm always changing whatever my favorite color is. I don't know why, but I can't choose one. But anyways, for Pubsy's question earlier, do you have a favorite food? Nuggies. No one's surprised by that, but it's Nuggies. They're my favorite food. And no one can ever change that. So anyways, next, from Karma, the Trickster Fox in chat just now, let's see. From Devil May Cry, what weapons are your favorites? I've never actually played Devil May Cry before, so I don't know. I'm sorry to all the fans of Devil May Cry out there. I haven't actually played it myself. It does seem interesting. I think I might have seen a couple of characters from Devil May Cry in like death battle episodes on YouTube, but besides that, I really don't know that much about this series. If there's anything dinosaur related for their weaponry, it shall be that. But besides that, I don't know. So moving on. Oops. So let's see. The madman. A platypus from Twitter asked, "Sir, can I keep this dinosaur?" All right, let's see. Hold on. First, I shall put the image that he sent in chat. Well, put it on the screen. Image. Yeah, just image 5. Sure, why not? See, let's get it up there. can just navigate. There we go, I think. It was there for a brief second in time before fading off into a non-existence. There we go. There it is. So let's see. I'll put it up here. Question is, let's see. Question was, hold on. Sir? Can I keep this dino? I just got to do that so it doesn't take up too much space. And also, the madman, if you are watching this stream right now, yes, you may keep the dino friend here. I'm not entirely sure what species he is. He doesn't have any sickle claws, so he's not a dromaeosaur. He's got 3 fingers and probably not a tyrannosaur of any kind. I think my best guess would be like an allosaurid of some kind? Allosauroid. It might be a Carcharodontosaur too. Just gonna include the whole Allosauroid family in here. But yes, you can keep him a Manmud if you're in here in chat. Alright, and get this out of here. Get this out. Yes, remove. Alright, next question. Let's see. Okay. So this one is by Serefi on Twitter. This is an interesting one. So he says, what's your favorite dinosaur? And bonus, favorite dinosaur era? Let's see. So fave dino and bonus fave dino era. There we go. So put that right over there. And I gotta say, I feel like we all know what it actually is. Sometimes I say it's Daspletosaurus to sound a little different, but it's T-Rex. T-Rex is my favorite dino. My absolute favorite. When I was younger, though, I did really like Spinosaurus. But as I got more into paleontology, and Spino is still one of my absolute favorites, and always will be because of how weird it is after, like, almost every time we learn something else about it, like, a huge portion of his body looks completely different with each reconstruction. T-Rex in particular, the more and more I've learned about it, and also between like the big long major changes it's gone through over time, like between the feather / scaly debates, whether or not T-Rex had lips, and let's see, what else? There's other things like that, but it just became more and more interesting to me than it was back when I was younger, because I thought T-Rex is everyone's favorite. It's overrated, but after I looked more into T-Rex, I mean, yeah, it might show up a bit more frequently than any other dino, but it's for good reasons. It deserves the popularity, in my opinion. And as a T-Rex myself now, it would be weird if it wasn't my favorite. But yeah. And also just going a little off what I said earlier. Yeah, what I said about feathers and scales as well as lips. Those were real debates that happened. I think everyone believes the whole feather scaly thing. Going off that, it's still not really fully decided, because there have been scaly skin impressions of T-Rex, but they were rather small and in only specific areas of the T-Rex, so T-Rex could still have been feathery. Or at the very least, it could have small, like, filaments on the top of his body as an adult. which is what we see in the most recent dinosaur documentary, Prehistoric Planet. And the babies themselves had feathers, at least. But as for the lip debate, people... I can't word, but like, people in the paleo community have argued for quite a while about whether or not T-Rex and other theropods would have had lips to conceal their teeth when their mouths are closed, or if it would have been more like the Jurassic Park dinos where, and also crocodilians, where even when their mouths are closed, there aren't lips covering the teeth and they're still exposed even when the mouth is closed. And as for that, I feel like I prefer the lipped look. The version with no lips where the teeth are still hanging out even when the mouth is closed do look cool. But I feel like the lipped look, especially with Prehistoric Planet, they make the T-Rex look cool with that as well. And also, now going on to the bonus area. Favorite dinosaur era? Well, I mean, technically dinosaurs only ever lived during the Mesozoic era, so that's the only one anyone can actually choose. But, just joking. I'm guessing they mean like specifically what like time period of dinos that I think is my favorite. Which in that case, I mean biased again because T-Rex. Probably the late Cretaceous. Though not just because of T-Rex. Lots and lots of creatures and mainly dinosaurs that I know and love are from the late Cretaceous. I feel like especially feel like I've done, even just like looking around for interesting dinos to do for my Dino Facts series. A good majority of them have been from the late Cretaceous than any other time period, I think. Like, it's more common to see late Cretaceous than like early Cretaceous, middle Cretaceous, late Jurassic, early Triassic, things like that. And I see Shiguma says, what are your guys' favorite parodies? Interesting. I don't know what my favorite parody would be. But, yeah, I see, M Alpha Sark, I definitely messed that up, but, yeah, you guys, everyone is free to ask questions here, live on stream as well. I don't really care how, like, people send me questions. I'll try to answer all of them as best I can. First, we need to go to Shiguma's favorite parody question. I don't know, it's... Parodies. Favorite parodies, I guess, Deadpool is supposed to be a parody of, like, Deathstroke from DC Comics, right? In that case, I do like Deadpool. So I guess it would be him, maybe? I don't know. I think I guess I'll go with Deadpool for now, because like I said before, I'm bad at choosing favorites, and if I rattle my brain to come up with other ones that I want to be my favorite, I'll never decide which one truly is my favorite. So I'll just leave it as, at least one of my favorite parodies is Deadpool. So let's see. If you'd like to ask questions here, I have one. What was your favorite Nuggy heist? Alright. So I'm guessing this is a reference to my most recent adventure over on Twitter. As to me going, Chibi Tai here, going on a Nuggy heist with everyone else in McDonald's. I do like all the adventures I do with everyone's. Lots of them were really fun in their own unique way. I really can't choose a favorite out of. I had to choose one of my favorites, like the first one that pops up in my mind. It's. Trying to think. I see Pepsi Void says, I love the Nuggy Heist. I'm glad that you did. Actually, now that I think about it, our Nuggy Heist was pretty good too. Well, it is pretty good because I'm pretty sure we're not done with it yet. I still need to find your reply to get to, later when I'm done with streaming. But yes, I think I remember, like our plan was, to wait until nightfall. We would use a bunch of boxes to carry all the nuggies out. And our plan to sneak our way in was like using the air vents. That was pretty fun. But I think that could be one of my favorites. I'll choose two others though. Let's see. Another one of my favorites. The one I did with Haru Kotatsu. Cause there was like actual several replies, so it kind of split off quite a few times. But like in one of those splits, there's just a whole bunch of people like joining me and Haru for the heist. Including, I'm trying to think. There's someone I know named Hundi. Also, I think Shadow Wolf was his name. And let's see, who else was there? Dino's got a terrible memory. Cypher was there. And also Loot Moth. Quite a few others, actually. So that's also one of my favorites as well. And also, there's... I'm trying to think of... what's the third one that I really enjoyed doing? I think that, actually there was this really fun one where I forgot their name, but it was a lion VTuber where they snuck me into McDonald's acting like they're getting a refund for a Happy Meal. I think that was nice. Nice. Let's see. So I think those are three of my favorite pathways of the Nuggy Heist adventure I did most recently. So yes, you probably got me with that several times, Siguma. I already read that one earlier about PUBG enjoying the Nuggy Heist, and again, I'm glad that you did. So let's see. Shiguma also said, have you done that? Post your PNG, and I'll give a blank that reminds me of you thing on Twitter. 'Cause I think you can do one that gives people their dino equivalents. It does sound interesting, but between the dino adventures that all the adventures that I do, I feel like it'd be difficult to get to all of them while also working on like all the replies and such. It does sound super fun though. It'd also be really fun to draw people like as their dino equivalents at some point in the future. I see, Call Me Turk is also in chat. Hi, hello there, Turk. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying today's stream. Oh my lord, the dino has split into two. Indeed, I have. There are now two dinos here. There's a chibi dino here. Just want to make sure. Yeah, there he goes. He's in the right spot. And there's a. Hold on. Trying to. Okay, there we go. There he is. And there's a semi more realistic dino over here. I don't think many people actually get to see this version of me. Even on most streams, I use the chibi version because I feel like the Discord reactive PNGs, they're a little more not competent, but like more convenient to use than 310A is, because it does take up quite a bit of like memory from my computer, and I am worried that if I were to use it with any of the extra heavy games that I play, then it would tank the performance of my laptop and probably mess up stream a bit. But luckily right now, with it running with both OBS, Discord, as well as Chrome, it seems to be doing fairly okay. Yeah, I use PNG for heavy games. But yes. So that's the answer to my question for favorite Nucky heist. So next up, we have... Let's see, what's your favorite TV show? We already did that one. And then Cypher on Twitter said, I want to know the most embarrassing story that you're willing to tell us about yourself. And as I said when he sent this to me, it's a question that I am extremely excited / also extremely not excited to answer. I want to know the most embarrassing story that you're willing to tell us about yourself. Hold on. I tried to fit everything in here. Most embarrassing story that you're willing to tell about yourself. There we go. Actually, hold on. If I reorganize it like this, maybe. Alright, so... yeah, I want to know about what's a embarrassing story that you're willing to tell about yourself. I have no idea. Oh, hold on. I see stuff in chats. I mean, I made one to use for heavy games, and I see Call Me Turk says it's almost 1 AM. And I'll be sure to make my adventures even better so I can have one be your fave. And I look forward to that. I look forward to adventures in general, but you know, I can't work, but you know what I mean. See, Turk also says, I should go to sleep. It's at 1 AM, so probably, yeah. As Katia says, you probably should. But your phone is at 6%. Thanks, so what do? You should, I guess probably just, charge your phone as you sleep, but at least that's what I normally do. I don't know if it's healthy for like my phone's battery or not, like to have it charging overnight. I haven't had any issues with my phone recently, so I think it's okay. I don't know how good it is in the long run though. Though I'm not good with technology ever, so it may not be in your best interest to do that. We'll have to see. But as for the most embarrassing story that I'm willing to tell people about myself. I have no ideas. I tried to think of one, but I don't know what would be like a particularly good and embarrassing story to tell people, and like what would be just kind of boring / embarrassing for me. Hmm. Okay, I can think of one, but I don't know if it's particularly like the best story I can tell. I'll try to go along with it though. So, alright. A little bit of backstory. I really like dolphins. I know what their behavior is like nowadays, but I just think that they're at least normally they're really adorable creatures. And when I was younger, I always wanted to like actually pet one and go swimming with one, because I think there were like aquariums and other places that actually allowed people to do that. So when I went on a trip with my family to, I think, the Bahamas a few years ago, and I had the option, I forgot what it was called, but like there were people that were like offering like a dolphin encounter kind of thing for like tourists. I immediately went on board to do that, and I mean, it was nice, like actually be like standing in the water that dolphins were swimming about in. I actually got to see it do some tricks here and there. Nothing like too, I guess. I can't word, but it's like it was just kind of like making them like swim around like in loops and stuff like that. Nothing like, I guess, quite like juggling like beach balls and things like that, which like none of like the typical kind of like SeaWorld kind of tricks. And he also around the very end they were letting us like actually pet the dolphins and also taking pictures as well. So when I pet the dolphin, it felt like a lot. It wasn't like quite what I was expecting. Like, I think I was expecting it to feel more like human skin, which is, or something like that. I don't know, but it just felt really like leathery for some reason. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a bit weird. And like as I was going on, they took the picture. So my mom and my sister were also there. They were actually smiling, but I had like the weirdest face. And that we can't really get, I can't word, but I don't think we could ask for another picture, so that's the one we had to go with, and it's still, it's still sitting, on like a shelf in the house that I'm in right now. Mocking me whenever I walk by it. I don't know if that's like really the best story out there I can tell people, but it's something. I think it's embarrassing, maybe. Or maybe, perhaps my life is a bit boring, but I think it'll do. Alright, so next up. Alright, so, Hudrick, on Twitter asked, let's see, favorite snack? Alright. Well, I think a lot of people already know the answer to this. Nuggies. But to keep it more interesting from just the favorite food question from earlier. What's another favorite food that I like that's more people would consider to be like actual snacks? I think. I really liked fruit snacks when I was a kid. To the point that when I was younger, I feel like half, like, does anyone know like those really big boxes of usually filled with like packs of fruit snacks? When I was a kid, my dad would buy like at least 2 of them per week. One of them would usually be like halfway done by the by like by the end of the week or like halfway through the week, because that's how much I liked those fruit snacks. To the point that my parents had to constantly be hiding them around so that I couldn't find them. Sometimes they would though. And then sometimes they would catch me as I'm doing that, which that wasn't the most fun, but yeah. So I would probably have to say that those are my favorite snack. I didn't like them as much as I do now. I don't like them now as much as I did when I was a kid, but they're still pretty good. Nuggies are superior though, and I see Shiguma said in chat, favorite nuggie dip. Let's see. So, funny thing about me, I actually don't really like dipping nuggies into anything, usually. I just kinda, like, especially with the McDonald's chicken nuggets, which are the main ones I eat, I just kinda eat them as they are. It's like, I don't really use sauces or anything. Just eat the nuggies as the nuggies are. But when I do decide to use dips, I feel like I'd say ketchup is my favorite. Barbecue sauce is also good as well. So it's either one of those, with maybe a little more preference to ketchup. But yeah, those are my favorites. Alright, so next up. I'm searching about for some questions. Let's see here. I think that's all the ones from the Twitter post. Yeah, I think that's all of them. Just want to make sure. Just checking again. See, just making sure. Okay, I think that, yeah, that should be all of them, actually. So at least I can get rid of that the tab on Twitter now for Google Chrome, and hopefully that can, just in case there were any issues during stream just now. I don't think there have been. OBS says only 183 frames have dropped, which isn't too bad, but just in case, now there's less memory being taken from Chrome, so hopefully it'll be even better. So next, we have questions from my Google Forms. So let's see here. We got Joshua. Apparently he put his name. I can't remember, but he put his name as one of the questions for some reason. I think here's this question actually. Alright, so go into text, put this here. He asks, do you have any VTuber playing tabs? Tabs being, I'm pretty sure, totally accurate battle simulator. Hold on. 7 in my eye. Alright, there we go. So, to answer this question, I don't really know anyone who's played, any VTubers who play or are currently playing tabs. I know, I've seen Gargura play tabs before a few times, but I don't know how often she does it anymore. I've also seen the Gaming Beaver also used to play Totally Accurate Battle Simulator a few times. I think Best and Slot also might have. These guys aren't VTubers though, but there are other YouTubers that I know at least play tabs. Because I don't know any VTubers that play it. I think there's this guy named Riot who also plays Well, place tabs, please. I don't know what I was gonna say TikTok, but yeah. I myself though am planning to play tabs at some point because it is a suggestion that's made on the Dino Workshop post I made a while back where I was asking people what they wanted to see for my content, what kind of games I should play, stuff like that. And my suggestion was that maybe I should try playing tabs, and it is rather cheap on not on Twitch, on stream. It is on Steam for, I think, actually I think it's on Steam for like less than $10, but I'm pretty sure it said that the sale ends on July 7th, which is currently today. So I don't know if I missed it or not, but if I do choose to get it, it'll have to be today, probably. So we'll see. Alright, but yeah. Do you have any VTubers playing tabs? I know Gagara, I know she played tabs a few times, that's about it, but technically me as well in the future, we'll have to see. And I also see, Max is in chat. What up, Dino? Hello there, Max. Welcome to the stream. Hope that you're doing well. It's good to see you, and thank you for stopping by. Welcome to the stream, and I hope that you are doing well. Right now we're going through, we're not going through, but like, right now, this is my first ever Q&A stream, and I'm going through some questions that I asked people for. And it's going pretty well so far. All the questions that I had that were sent over via Twitter, they have been dealt with, and now it is time for the Google Forms. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so next, someone in chat, well, not in chat, but like someone on Twitch just asked in the forums, is this a question? Well, good. Considering it doesn't end with a question mark, it is therefore no longer a question. It is a poorly organized statement. But yeah, I'll count it as the question. Actually, then again though, I put question up here with a colon. And usually that implies that the thing following it is supposed to be a question. But it doesn't have a question mark. So is it truly a question, though? But the question with the colon up top said it would suggest that it is one. The question paradox we have over here is the question. Alright. So next up. Alright, so let's put this in here. Oh dear, okay. Let's see. Yeah, so you have to pick one food to put in the microwave for 40 minutes and then eat it. What would you pick, LOL, and why can't the microwave timer go up so high? I have no idea, but, hold on. How do I fit all of this in here? Okay, here we go. I'm trying to organize everything. Okay, so let's see. Okay, there we go. And then eat it. What would... I'll do this and see how that. Okay. Now it all fits. So question, you have to pick one food to put in the microwave for 40 minutes and then eat it. What would you pick? And LOL, why can't the microwave timer go up so high? I messed that up. It's timer go up, not time argo. So I have no idea what food could survive being in the microwave for 40 minutes. But if I had to choose, one suggestion I guess would be some ribs, like pork ribs, but they're raw. Cause we had ribs for the 4th of July, and if I remember correctly, the way my parents usually cook ribs, we put them in an oven for about 50 minutes at I think around like 450 degrees or so. I think. So 40 minutes in the microwave, I think that should be fine for ribs. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not good with cooking, so I have no idea how well that translates to each other. But it's less time that it is in the oven, which I would imagine it goes higher than the microwave. So it should be fine in there. Maybe actually undercooked even. Possibly not, but we'll have to see. I'm not sure if I want to risk like putting any ribs in there for that amount of time just to test it out. Plus I would feel bad for the microwave. And actually more than that, I would feel bad for the plate that has to carry the ribs around. It's gonna be hotter than the sun, or just completely melt. Shiguma says microwaves and ovens cook differently. I guess that's fair. But like with microwaves, they do the spin around thing, but in both of them they're still like being exposed from all sides to some heat. So I feel like the difference shouldn't look too different. Maybe, I don't know. They don't have the grid thing that my parents usually put ribs on when we put them in the oven for cooking, so it'll probably look different, but will it taste different though? That's the question. So I feel like food in the microwave doesn't cook as well as oven food does usually. So remember when I tried to heat up food like an old steak in the microwave, it doesn't really come out as pleasant as it used to before when it was first cooked in the oven, but like not like on the stove. But then again, I've never tried reheating food like using a stove or an oven before, so maybe it would still turn out just as bad as it is with a microwave, but I'm not sure. But also, I see, hey yo, I'm new here. Hello there, Jazzy Boy's Room. Thank you for stopping by. It is good to see you here. Hope that you're doing well, and welcome to, I guess, your first Tyranno Imperial stream. I am a T-Rex VTuber for you and everyone else who may be new here. And right now, I'm going through my first ever Q&A stream. And it's going well so far. I completed all the questions that I had on Twitter, and now I'm going through some ones that that people sent in through a Google Forms I made. Let's see, so Shiguma says, so it'll be different, so if I were to cook ribs in a microwave, it wouldn't be quite the same as in ovens. It'll be different because microwaves use radiation to excite the water particles inside the food, therefore heating them. ovens actually use heat from the coils. Think of it as a very jacked up toaster. Excite the water particle. Is that why, like, whenever I use the microwave to reheat meat, that's why it doesn't usually taste as good. Maybe it's like it gets drier. I do feel like when I first have a steak, usually my parents cook it so that it's tender and it's easy to eat. But after I put it when it's cold, and then I reheat it in the microwave, I'm bad at wording things, but it feels like I'm eating a somewhat soft brick. I see Pubsy Boy says microwave go brrr. But it also goes like But I get to see one going like brrr as well. So yes, that's why when you microwave the food is kind of dry. Ah, I see. Well, next time I decide to reheat food, I'm gonna just use like the oven or stove. Maybe, or maybe I'll probably just use the microwave because I'm too lazy. Brr. Indeed, Pubsy. That's the noise that the ultimate microwave makes. A sacred microwave that was crafted by the gods themselves. That only legends speak of. And also, to answer the last part of the question that this person asked, why can the microwave timer go up so high? You have to ask someone else, because I have no idea. I mean, like, yeah, if you're going to cook, like, anything, reheat anything for that long, you might as well have actually just, like, put it on taking the time to put it, like, on the stove or in the oven and just, like, reheat it that way. Speaking the way of the microwave gods. Indeed you are, Pubsy. Alright, so next question. That would be... what is the strangest food combination that you enjoy? Alright. Interesting. Let's see. The strangest food combination that I particularly enjoy. I don't know. Well, actually, hold on. I see more messages in chat. Shiguma says, to some of the microwave gods, we must speak their language. Brr. Ding. And I see Jazzy Boy's room is, he's still in here with, I think, a very confused Godzilla/fish animated emotes. You get used to it. This is how we normally are on stream. I see Pubsy Boy with more of the animated emotes. But yeah, as for the strangest food combination that I enjoy, I don't know what constitutes really as strange. I mean, the food combination that I particularly enjoy the most, I guess that would be egg sandwiches. Because when I was younger, plus even nowadays, my mom would like cook eggs on a frying pan and then put it in between two pieces of bread. And for some reason, that was one of my, as a kid, that was one of my favorite breakfast foods, and it still is to this day. Especially when my mom uses soy sauce on the eggs. And even without like the actual bread itself, eggs with soy sauce is really good to me. Actually, that could be an interesting food combination that I enjoy, because Because I'm pretty sure most people use soy sauce for things like usually seafood, but like as I said just now, my family has no problem with putting it on eggs. And we also put it on other things as well. I remember when I was younger, me and my sister, anything we didn't like, either me or my parents would just put soy sauce on our food. And then for the most part, we'd usually like it. Like noodles, I think some soups that my parents tried to make me eat whenever I was sick. I don't know if that would have made the soup less helpful with me getting better, but at least it made me eat it. I don't know if they ever tried like adding soy sauce to vegetables. Maybe they did. I would actually like vegetables as a grown-up, but I don't. But yeah, all in all, I had a weird addiction to soy sauce with any food, so that could be the strangest food combination I enjoy, or it's the homemade egg sandwiches that I mentioned, where my mom, or also me nowadays, because I learned how to make it myself. Just pan fry some eggs, put it in between some pieces of bread, and then boom. That's one of my favorite breakfast foods for whatever reason. If not, also see, everyone else was sending in some emotes. Also, thank you to Jazzy Boy's Room for the follow just now, and so they are not gonna like things. So I'm guessing that means you also like soy sauce as well. So good food. Well, not really food, like a condiment. But I think it could kind of still count as like part of a strange food combination. Because you're combining it with food. What other food I mean, I don't know if it's really a food combination, because they're just supposed to be like garnishes or like stuff to help with the flavor, but whenever my parents make ribs like they did for 4th of July, like I said earlier, or when I try to cook it nowadays, because I learned from my parents, we normally add like I remember vinegar and garlic onto the ribs, like cut up tiny bits of them and then sprinkle them above, like onto the ribs. Apparently it helps with flavor, but normally I try to avoid like eating those. I guess it kind of counts. I'm not sure. Did those count as food? I mean, garlic. I could kind of see it being counted as his own food, but I don't know about ginger. And of course, we also put soy sauce with the ribs as well. Rib sauce too. Lots of salt. And I'm trying to think what else we normally use. I think that's about it, actually. Just telling everyone my family's recipe for barbecued ribs. But yeah, I think ribs with weird garnishes, homemade egg sandwiches, or soy sauce plus anything. Those are 3 of the strangest food combinations that I enjoy. Alright, so next question. There we go. If a dino was in your house, what kind of dino would you want it to be? Not what kind of house. Wait. Oh, this isn't supposed to be there. If a dino was in your house, which kind of dino would you want it to be? Well, I can't choose T-Rex this time around because I don't think anyone wants a T-Rex to be in their house. I don't know if a T-Rex could even fit that well in my house. It's kind of small. I don't want my fellow T-Rex to get smushed in here. It wouldn't be the comfiest for them. I mean, I fit in it just fine because I have a human form, but assuming the other T-Rex doesn't have a human form, it's not going to be very fun for him. Or her. So let's see. If a dino was, if a dino was in my house, what kind would I want it to be? This actually reminds me of a paleo arts competition from the latter part of last year, I think, where it's called Urban Prehistory, where a lot of people were drawing dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals, and as the name would suggest, urban areas and like just modern day landscapes and like city areas, places like that, like human settlements. It was kind of like the predecessor to the Jurassic World spotter thing, where the dino tracker thing that Jurassic World is using nowadays, that they used for advertising Jurassic World Dominion, where dinosaurs are showing up all over like human civilization. It was kind of like that, but with paleo art of scientifically accurate creatures, and a good amount of them did involve like dinosaurs breaking into people's homes and like going through their trash cans and stuff like that. Particularly the small ones. So taking inspiration from that, a small dino that I will want. I guess a dino that makes the most sense. I think his name was like Sinopteryx or something like that. It's one of the few dinosaurs in general that we actually know the coloring of. And based on this coloring, it could have been somewhat similar to red pandas. And that is, red pandas are similar to raccoons, so if I had to find a dino in my house specifically going after my garbage, I think it'd be cool to see if it was a Sinopteryx. Assuming I'm saying its name correctly. Just want to look it up to make sure I'm not wrong. Sinopteryx. Alright, so let's see. Dinos whose coloring we know. There we go. Sinosauropteryx. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it has kind of like a red panda kind of look to it. I just look at the patterns of its feathers. So I think that would be the one I would want. Like I would be most pleasantly surprised to see like breaking into my trash cans and stuff like that. But thinking about a dinosaur in my house in other scenarios, if it's like a pet maybe, then as like a replacement to like a pet bird, I think keeping Microraptor around would be pretty interesting. It's also a dinosaur who we know the exact coloring of, since melanosomes, I think they're called, were found well preserved in some fossils of Microraptor, so we know they were in an iridescent black, like ravens and crows are. So I think it'd be cool to like keep one of those guys around. Plus there's some, as the name would suggest, being Microraptor and all, they would be small enough like for you to carry around. They might have been friendly towards humans if you were to feed them like real life, but not real life, but like modern day birds, because Microraptors are also real. They just aren't alive anymore. So if a Microraptor was around, I think it would be, you could get along with it like you do with a pet bird. You could probably also, since much of its physical body resembles that of a bird, you can breed them you could treat them pretty similarly without too much issue. Except for the fact that instead of like a beak, it has jaws of razor sharp teeth, so be wary of that. Though a beak can also be just as dangerous. But like, you probably pick it up the same way. I feel like I'm not sure exactly how. If a bird cage would be the best for it. I feel like I would try to let it just, if I could come up with a spot for it to like roam around like normally, like have it climb around and stuff like that. I think I would give it its own living space. And also, for those of you who aren't aware, Microraptor is often shown with the ability to glide, but it is nowadays, in scientific but nowadays, some paleontologists have theorized that, actually, unlike paleontology normally does, where it makes the dino lamer, it actually makes them slightly cooler this time around, where instead of gliding, some paleontologists think that Microraptor would have actually had the muscles and everything it needs to actually do real powered flight. So instead of like gliding from tree to tree, it could theoretically have actually like flown for real all on its own. Which I think is pretty cool. So if that's the case, if I were to keep a Microraptor, then I really need to do a lot of setting up to give it a good living space. But I still think it would be a fun dino to have in my house as a pet. Or like a pet, as like a pet bird. An animal that would, any other animals I would want in my house? A Protoceratops, I'm pretty sure it's like usually around like sheep-sized for a dinosaur. It could be fun to have around, but maybe more actually, I guess. It would be better as a farm animal than like in an average urban household. Especially since if it's as temperamental as many of its relatives are thought to have probably been, it wouldn't be safe to have around. Regardless of how small it is. As for dromaeosaurids, I feel like despite popular belief, like from Jurassic World and such, they probably wouldn't be easy to tame, and they probably wouldn't make the best of pets. They might, but it's debatable. Troodonts, though, since they have particularly large brains, maybe it's possible for them to get along with humans. Or at least in the same sense as cats normally are, But I don't know much about cats, though I can't really say for sure, but it's more, like, not quite as, like, overly loving and... It's not like... Troodonts and cats, I would imagine, they wouldn't be like dogs where like they're super affectionate, and more it's like they let you feed them and pet them occasionally, but for the most part their troodontids, like I think cats might, I'm not sure, they would just kind of like just be off doing their own thing and just kind of come around whenever the humans that are taking care of them bring them food. And occasionally they'll accept like pets. Maybe. But besides that, I don't know if I want any other kind of dino to be in my house. We'll have to think. So Sliversaur, if you what how to do when the dino brain is broken, Sliver. You have me confused. I don't know what that means. Uh, if you... yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, I'm pretty sure based on like the emote, it's supposed to be just like a joke question. Cause if not, I don't know how to answer that. But yeah, I think that about wraps up my question for if a dinosaur was in my house. Just a small carnivore like Sinosauropteryx, raiding my trash can, or maybe a Microraptor being kept as my pets. Or maybe a Troodontid also being kept as a pet, but not interacting with me all that often. Maybe more like a cat. So then again, like I said earlier, I don't know much about cats, so I'm probably wrong in that regard. But yeah. Okay, hi, and yes, it's a joke one, okay. But yeah, hello there, Sliver, welcome to... I might have already said it, but just in case, welcome to the stream, hope you're doing well, thank you for stopping by. I hope you did it, you enjoyed my first ever Q&A stream. So first we need to go over to Shiguma, because he asked the question a whole lot earlier. Do you find nuggies very delicious because they're the closest descendants of dinos and their meat is most familiar to you? Alright, so first I need to get that. I need to get that all in here somehow. Hold on. I heard the alert box. I shall be with you all in a second. And there we go. Now I just need to fit everything in here. There we go. So let's see who we got. Okay, so it's Mortimer just raided the channel. Hello there, Mortimer. Thank you for stopping by. Hello there, friend. Hello there, Mortimer. Thank you for stopping by and for choosing me to raid today. Hope you're doing good. And I hope that the stream that you came from just now was super fun and that everyone had a good time there. And I hope that you have a good time here as well. Alright, so Mortimer, first I gotta do the thing, so shout out command with Mortimer, there we go. So all dinos and dino friends, they have the mighty roar for Mortimer. They were last spotted by our pack scouts playing Prison Architect, interesting. I haven't played that game before, but it does sound cool. And I hope that everyone, you and everyone else there were having a good time. Alright, so let's see. First question from earlier by Siguma. Do you find nuggies very delicious because they're the oldest descendants of dinos? They're the closest descendants of dinos, and their meat is the most familiar to you. Well, we don't know if we can't really say chickens particularly are the closest descendants of dinosaurs because it's actually birds in general, not just chickens, that are the closest descendants to, well, they're the closest descendants to non-avian dinosaurs because they're descended from non-avian dinos and are considered dinosaurs in their own right, actually. Which is why most dinosaurs, at least paleo nerds, usually we specifically call them non-avian dinosaurs because birds themselves are part of the dinosaur family still. But yes, they do taste very similar to the Hell Creek ornithomimids that I used to eat a while back, as well as some anzus, which are an oviraptorid, also from Hell Creek. The Hell Creek ornithomimid, I don't think it has an official name yet, unlike anzu. But they both tasted great, and the nuggies do remind me of them. Good times eating smaller dinos. And before anyone asks, technically it's not cannibalism because chickens and other dinosaurs are different species from us T-Rexes. So, naturally it's no problem with us eating them. It's just the law of nature for us T-Rexes. We're meat eaters, we eat meat. Even if they are fellow dinos. Actually, especially if they are fellow dinos, I don't think they would eat much else. At the very least, I don't feel like there were any mammals or other reptiles usually big enough to feed a T-Rex besides dinos. Unless they come across like the occasional extra large turtle. Otherwise, they wouldn't supply enough food normally. There are some crocodilians, though, in Hell Creek that they aren't the largest, so maybe if a T-Rex felt like it could, like, go get one of them. I don't feel like they would do that normally. But yeah, so that is my answer for this question. I do find nuggies delicious because chimkins, like all other birds, they're the closest descendants to non-avian dinosaurs. They actually are dinosaurs in their own right. And they taste a whole lot like the Hell Creek ornithomimids and anzus that I used to eat. Not the same anzu as the one that I know from Twitter, no. Anzu as in the oviraptorid. Come on, what's its official name actually? I know it's anzu and then something else for the species names. Yeah, anzu oviraptorid. Yeah, so most call it anzu, but the full species name is Anzu waileli. I definitely mispronounced that. But yeah. So next, Sliverstar asked earlier, what's my favorite bird dinosaur? So I guess my favorite of the avian dinosaurs this time around, instead of my favorite of the non-avian dinos. Well, in that case, hold on. I need to get it well aligned here. Favorite bird dinosaur. Alright, I'll just put the word dinosaur down here. And then I can actually have it extra big so people can really see like actually read it here on the board. Alright, so my favorite of the bird dinosaurs, I guess the avian dinos. Actually, first I need to say thank you to Arita VT just now for following. I appreciate the support. And I hope that you enjoyed today's stream and that you're having a wonderful day today. Alright, so next up. Sliverstar was my favorite bird dinosaurs. My favorite of the avian dinosaurs. There's a lot of good ones to choose from. I guess if I had to choose, I think I really like the peregrine falcon because, one, its coloring looks really cool. Actually, I'll download a picture of it and then show it over here on Twitch. So, peregrine falcon. So they have, from what the best way I can describe them as, you guys are waiting, is that, they're counter shaded, like some other creatures are usually predators, meaning the upper part of their body is usually a lot darker in color, whereas the lighter part of their body is lighter. Like the bottom part of their body is lighter. Usually it helps because, if you're looking at them from above, like where the sun is usually like glaring in your eyes, their undersides being light helps them to kind of camouflage. And counter shading, if you're looking at them from above where they are, usually it works better underwater where darker coloring mixes with the darkness of the water below, but I think it still could work in some scenarios. Alright. Okay, I think I found a pretty funny looking one over here. So let's see. Peregrine falcon. Let's see. There it is. There you are. Oh, hold up. I messed it up. I almost got him. Press OK instead of cancel. I don't know why I keep messing that up, but There you go. Here's a peregrine falcon. Yeah, so here's what the coloring looks like. And also, they are the fastest, not just bird, but I think one of the fastest creatures on the planet. It's not like a horizontally when they're flying, unlike a cheetah. So a cheetah could probably win could beat a peregrine falcon at like a distance race, but when a peregrine dives down to catch its prey, I think some of them have been estimated to go over 200 miles per hour. So this little boy here is a lot faster than you would think he is. Except when he's flying normally, then it's probably around normal to most birds. But I also remember another reason I remember this bird so much is because of this old show I used to watch when I was a kid. Wildcrafts. Because they had an episode specifically dedicated to this bird. And it's what got me to learn about this creature and how cool it is. But yeah, so this is why this is my favorite bub. So I'll remove that, and that is done with this question. So there we go. Alright. So let me go looking through chat again because I missed so much. I see Rattle M Bones said earlier, turkey dinosaurs really do beat dinosaur meat by that logic. Actually, yeah, turkey meat it really is dinosaur meat. It's just you can't really say it's like non-avian dinosaur meat. But it is technically dinosaur meat. Just avian. Because like I said earlier, birds, they are still technically part of the dinosaur family. They just aren't non-avian dinosaurs like T-Rexes, like me, and other dinos are. Like the creatures that are typically referred to as dinos. I see Sliverstar says, I'm closer, but I don't know if an alien counts. I mean, if you descended from Earth dinos and birds, then technically you're closer, I guess. It depends. I see Irida VT earlier said, I finally got to catch one of your streams. Indeed you do. And I'm glad to have you here. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing well, and welcome to my stream. And I see Katia Giyu said earlier. Dang, that is fast. I'm pretty sure you're talking about the peregrine falcon speed that I mentioned earlier. I'll say it again. It clocks in at I think over 200,000. No. 200 miles per hour. Specifically when diving downwards to catch their prey. It was 200,000, like I was gonna say just now. Then it would probably be one of the fastest things ever. Not even just for animals. I don't think any living creature can handle that kind of speed. I see Mortimer also said, hello, I'm back. Good to see you back. And you... Oh. It was fun. I'm glad it was fun. Sliverstar said, bub, yes. And Pubsy Void says, do you have a favorite aquatic animal? Alright, so that should be the next question. Katia G, yeah, she said yes. So I think I was right about earlier about the peregrine falcon speed. And Sliverstar, I think that's a albatross or pelican emote there. It's one of the two. Let's see. My next question from Pubsy again. Do you have a favorite aquatic animal? Alright, hold on. You do a little bit of reworking to have everything aligned well. And again, actually enable. Wait. Hold on. I think I got it to work. I think I can actually have everything be centered. Possibly. No, I don't. No, I don't think I did. Hold on. Do you have a favorite aquatic animal? Okay, now it fits. Alright, so as for my favorite aquatic animals, I said before that I like dolphins, but they're not my favorites. Especially after I've learned in the past what some dolphins behave like. So, let's see. I mean, I did just today, I did a dino fact on a prehistoric aquatic sloth called the Lasso, I forgot his name already, but it was a specialized species of ground, well, not species, it's a specialized genus of ground sloth that was adapted to living underwater, and there's 5 species of them that are currently known. They're awesome aquatic animals. I guess if I had to choose though, I think over them I actually kind of prefer manatees, I think, because they behave similarly to those sloths, but unlike those sloths, which they still have the sharp claws as their relatives do, which means they could potentially harm someone if they feel threatened at least. Manatees really cannot pose any harm to anyone. They're practically only vibes, and I like some animals that some animals in real life actually do respect that. Like, if an alligator comes across a manatee, they'll let it pass by without ever attacking them. And sometimes I think young alligators will actually rest on the backs of manatees, but they just let them ride and don't really mind that they're theirs. I don't think manatees could actually hurt anyone if they wanted to, because I think the teeth are like really far back in the mouth. And besides that, all they have are flippers. But yeah, I do like manatees. Though also, I am a lover of reptiles, so I will say crocodilians are also one of my favorite aquatic animals. I think alligators overall are my favorite of the bunch. I just like how there's something special about how they look that makes me like them more than crocodiles. I'm not sure why. So for me, aquatic animals that are my favorite are either manatees or alligators. But yeah, and I see Sayak Blader is in chats. Hello, hi Dino Boy, hello there Sayak, welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by, it is good to see you here, I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you're enjoying today's stream, specifically my first ever Q&A stream, which has been going quite well so far. And I hope that everyone's been having a good time with it. And I hope that I'm satisfactory, I'm giving everyone's questions satisfactory answers. And that you're all entertained and enjoyed by them, and that I'm not boring anybody. But yeah. So, under the aquatic animals. There aren't any more questions yet that I see in chat. So next up, from the Google Forms. Let's see. So someone said, hold on. I really like this one. So let's see. How are you currently as I send this? Let's see. And I am fine. Okay, well, I got, Anon? Because that's the only way I can call you because I don't know who sends these questions. I just want to say I'm glad that you're doing fine. I'm doing quite well myself, and honestly, I can't word, but this Q&A stuff is even more fun than I expected it to be, and I'm glad I decided to do this when someone recommended that I try doing a Q&A. I think last week while I was still working on my... Actually, not last week. It was on like Monday/Sunday when I was working on my schedule, because I realized I'd forgotten to make my schedule and then post it like I normally do at 8 o'clock on Wednesday, not on Wednesday, on Sundays. But yes. I'm glad you're doing fine, Mystery Sender, and I'm doing quite well as well. Ooh, okay, so I got another question from Shiguma again. Alright, let's put this in here. So, if I were a Genshin character, which element, region, weapons, and abilities would I have? Alright, well, as a sort of professional, but sort of not really professional Genshin Impact player, let's see. I would say a decent amount of knowledge in this game, so I think I could provide a satisfactory answer as to what I would be like if I was a Genshin character. So let's see. So elements. There's Pyro, Hydro, Electro, Cryo. There's a new Dendro that's finally becoming useful nowadays with the release of Sumeru coming up very, very soon. Let's see. Oh no, I said Pyro, Cryo, Hydro, Dendro, Animo. There's Geo as well. I feel like I'm missing ones. I already said Electros. But hold on, there's 7 of them, so... Pyro, Hydro, Electro... I keep losing track of which ones I just said. Pyro, Electro, Hydro, Cryo, Animo, Geo, and Dendro. So, yeah, 7 elements. So I got them all. So, out of all of them... Yes. Okay, I did get all of them, I think. I feel like I want to say it would be Pyro, because T-Rexes, in most media where there's elements involved, tend to be fire. Like in Dinosaur King, Terry the T-Rex and other T-Rexes, like in the DS game, and like in the arcades and trading card games, the T-Rexes in Dinosaur King are fire. And the Fossil Fighter games, the T-Rexes are also fire-based. And I don't know any other games that are like that, but the 2 main ones that I think of, T-Rexes have the element of fire. So I think I would be fire as well. What region I would belong to? I mean... Tyrannosauruses and myself, we're both, like, me included, we're all from North America, so I think whatever region is based around North America, because all the regions are based off real places. I think it would come from there, but if I had to choose between the 3/4 that we have right now, including Sumeru, because it's right on the bridge of being released. I guess if we were to just choose which one I would live in, I guess it would have to be Mondstadt. I think like the freedom, it would fit like the lifestyle of, I think, me and like other T-Rexes. Just be free, live how you want to live, be one with nature, and just do your thing. Plus, there's lots of forests there, which are nice. Leeway, the mountains and I can't word, but like other mountainous areas and the seashores, they're nice, but they're not quite what a T-Rex like me is looking for. Plus, it feels like a little bit kind of, I can't word, but like things feel kind of like limiting, like constricting there. Like you don't have nearly as much freedom there as you do in Mondstadt. I like the idea of everyone having like contracts, like holding up to their promises and things like that, but I feel like quite a few times in Genshin we've seen cases where it doesn't bode well. Like I've seen like I think Eugen's her hangout event included someone taking advantage of the use of contracts being prominent in Leeway to manipulate someone, which is not very good. So I don't know if I would want to live there. Plus, like, it's also home to quite a few greedy businessmen kind of individuals. Also, the politics there, especially you would know if you played I forgot her name already. The new Hydro character, hold on. What's her name? Genshin Hydro Bow user. Oh, okay, it's Yalan. Oh, and I think Shiguma was already going to say that in chat. Yeah, if you were to play you played Yalan's story quest, you would know, like, things get a bit hectic if you look even, like, remotely into the politics of Genshin. Like between people, like, doing some rather, immoral stuff to get power and general not being very honest. Some people are being rude. It's not a place I think I would want to live in. Plus, even if all of that was removed, Leeway got attacked by giant sea dragons twice, with multiple heads. I don't think I would want to live there regardless. Unless Godzilla is there as well, and they're duking it out in kaiju fights. I don't want to go into a hotspot for oceanic creatures to come destroy everything. And as for Inazuma, it's becoming more friendly to outsiders now, and like things aren't as rough, at least nowadays aren't as rough as Leeway in terms of like what you can do there, but in the past, especially with the Vision Hunt decree, I don't think anyone would want to live there. Plus, I mean, specters live there, and lots of Ronin or Karagi live there as well. Those aren't friendly. There are also a bunch of hilly troll camps that are like only a few meters away from some sidewalks that people usually go to like to certain areas. If you go down certain paths, like pretending you're just a normal person, you will often see places that are just full of hilly trails not too far away from where you're walking. Which is probably not ideal for the average citizen. And also, before you do certain world quests, where you can get rid of certain thunderstorms in certain areas, you're going to constantly be hit by a lightning. For no reason, like you're just minding your own business and lightning will strike you down. I remember that from the old days of Inazuma, before I did those quests that allows you to get rid of those darn storms once and for all. So many cutscenes, because you're completely immobile. When you're talking to someone, sometimes lightning will just strike you down and just wreck you while you're trying to talk to someone. And the NPCs will still be talking to you like nothing is going wrong. But yes. So all in all, I would definitely choose living in Mondstadt over the other two regions that we have so far. Sumeru, I don't know, but I mean, people are I don't know enough about Sumeru to know for sure. I just know that it's usually I know the Archon there is their main, like, the thing that they're associated with is like wisdom or knowledge. And at Sumeru, they have like a really like elite school there, and that's where Lisa from Mondstadt went for her education. So I guess that's not too bad, but did that... I think it's fine, but it would be cool to meet characters like Kolai from the Genshin Impact manga in game form as well, because we know she's going to be one of the new playable characters. But I've also heard rumors that since we normally meet new harbingers with each region, usually, I heard some people speculate that we might meet Il Dottore, I believe his name is pronounced, here in Sumeru. I used to call him Dottery, because that's how his name is spelled in the manga, but these guys that did a video called "So This Is Basically Genshin Impact," they pronounce his name like Il Dottore, and I'm pretty sure Child in his story quest mentions Dottore, and I think he pronounces him like that, or something entirely different, but I know it's different from what I used to pronounce him as. Let's see, also, I'm sorry for missing so many of your messages, Shigumas. I do play Genshin every day, Yelan. Yeah, Spectres, they suck, yeah. They're some of the worst enemies you have to fight ever in Genshin. Okay, so yeah, it's Il Dottery. Maybe? Well, no, that's how I used to pronounce his name as, but I think it's Dottore? Because the way it's spelled, I thought it would be like Dottery. Il Dottery. But I think most people pronounce it as like Dottore. Or something. I probably mispronounced it again. Il Dottore. I don't know. I mean, well, we might get to hear from the man himself in Sumeru if we're lucky. I don't know if we'd be lucky to meet him, but it's possible. And if we do meet him, if I was a character in Genshin, I would probably not want to live there. According to the manga, Mondstadt they are in debt to him because he slayed a dragon that's been terrorizing them for a long time. So we're not completely away from his influence, but he doesn't bother Mondstadt too much, at least. So I think I'd still want to be there. The whole Storm Terror incident it would probably be bad for most citizens, but I mean, when you look back to why Dvalin became Storm Terror, it was really more Mondstadt's, like the people of Mondstadt's fault. Because they stopped worshipping him alongside the other four winds. They hated him. And also because Venti he was still asleep, so he couldn't play like the Holy Lyre to calm Dvalin down. He genuinely felt like all alone, and can you really blame him though for like lashing out when he feels like that? So overall, think overall Mondstadt would be the best place to go. Yeah, freedom, you don't have as many bad things going on, and the one most notable bad thing, it's more the fault of the people and just like trying to get the violent, like just sit him down and have a talk. Also wake up Venti and maybe have him be a bit more active with humans. I mean, I can get his idea that humans, they should have the freedom to do whatever they wish without a god telling them what to do, but I feel like Venti could spend more time like really like seeing what humans are like. And kind of be like just being awake at least when stuff is going on. I feel like that's kind of how he's running nowadays after having lost his gnosis. Mondstadt also has Eula. I like to see her every day. That is true. Eula is nice. And I guess now that I think about it, I guess if you were to live in like old-timey Mondstadt where the Lawrence clan were in charge, especially based on what we see from the manga, because of the prologue chapter, that would probably be like around as bad as like Inazuma back in the old days, but modern day Mondstadt is still pretty good still. I would still choose it over anywhere else. So you'd also have to deal with like seeing Eula be hated by everyone just because the history of her family. So I guess Amber and also Sarah from that one restaurant there. They both like her. But then again, if you were to live in Mondstadt, then you also have to live in, I guess if you were to know about it somehow, you would have to be living in constant fear that Albedo knows himself that one day he might snap and then destroy all of Mondstadt, and that he needs to hope that a traveler will be able to stop him. I don't think I would know that just being a regular citizen, but if I were to know, like, keep all my knowledge of Genshin, living in Mondstadt might actually be not as stress-free as I would hope. Plus, there's also primordial Albedo running around, like the prototype version of Albedo who is dead set on killing him and has no problem creating more fake Albedos that are just giant cryo flowers that can also mimic people, including potentially some kid's dad, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure about that anymore. Or actually, I would live in Mondstadt, but just stay as far away from Dragon's Spine as possible. That would be good. Then I feel like I would be fine for the most part. I don't know how that theory is about from that one event of Genshin, where not long after we learned that the primordial Albedo is capable of making cryo flowers that can mimic people, and that one kid who's supposed to be an orphan, I think the reckless Pallet somehow managed to find his dad while just slipping away on some snow or something. I don't know if anyone's confirmed that theory that it might just be another cryoflower in disguise, but I don't want to risk it. Well, I guess no matter where you live, there's gonna be some problems that you just gotta live with. And I think Mondstadts are overall the most bearable of the bunch. So yeah, I think I would go with Mondstadt to live in. So far we have my element being fire, and my region being Mondstadt. Now for weapons, What weapons and abilities? What would you have? Well, I don't want to be a bow user because I mean that would take away spotlight from Amber as well as Yoimiya. Because they're both characters that I like. Same thing if I were to become a sword user because Bennett and D-Luke. Plus I wouldn't want to fight Bennett or D-Luke. Well, I feel bad. I wouldn't want to hurt Bennett because he's an unlucky boy. D-Luke I just wouldn't want to mess with ever. So maybe a Claymore could be cool for me because I don't think there are any Fire Claymore users. Plus, I guess a Claymore, it resembles like those weapons that cavemen would use to attack their prey. And since even though dinosaurs and cavemen didn't actually exist together, aesthetically it could fit me fairly well if I was like in the world of Genshin. Like maybe I could use something like that. Like I can summon with the claymores that cavemen used to use, similar to how Ito can summon that specific claymore that he uses, like in his trailer, regardless of the one that he actually has equipped. Maybe it's. I feel like it's not in the game, but I feel like a knife class could also be cool for me. Like, I could have like fossilized T-Rex teeth, with some like connected to a bunch of sticks, to act like a handle, and like fashion them into daggers. And then I could incorporate them with pyro, and then have something like a pyro version of Child's E-skill. Only it's constant. Like it would be a part of my normal attacks. So I feel like that might be a bit overpowered for me. So I guess if it's just a normal ability, it probably won't have like the Riptide effect that Child has. So not too overpowered, I'd say. Plus, it just feels good to attack using Child's E-skill, so I want to have that. Regardless, maybe it can be the first knife user in Genshin. And then for my E-skill, So just going off abilities, my normal attack, as I said before, would probably be like Child's E-skill if I'm like the first ever knife user. If I stick to being a Claymore user, I guess my normal attacks would be like the usual, just swing it about, like just kind of go ham on anyone. If you were like to spam the left mouse button, like how it is with most Claymore characters. E-skill. I think what would be cool is like, if I'm a knife user, maybe like I throw a knife, straight forward, attacking any enemies directly in front of me, but I can't remember, but like, the knife is not only burning, but the flames shape into like the image of a T-Rex. I think that would be cool. So it's like it's like a flaming T-Rex is thrown at someone with a knife inside it. I think that would be cool. If I was still a Claymore, if I was a Claymore user though, I think we'd like to have something like Ito's, his Q skill where like he gets a buff. I guess it also kind of, I think like all my attacks would be infused with Pyro, like it is with Ito getting infused with Geos into his normal attacks. But also, I feel like I'm really making myself overpowered, but also for my E, similarly to like how Oz and Guaba are Fischl and Zhangling's E skills respectively, I would want to create like a little T-Rex spirit made of fire to like follow me around and bite things. And I specialize it that it's going to follow me around because it is annoying whenever I use Oz or Guaba, and because I'm constantly moving around finding a certain enemy, once I go out of range, those two become useless. So I would love to have like a baby fiery spirit of a T-Rex to like follow me around and then like attack my enemies while I'm still running. It might be overpowered again, but still. There's a lot of characters who are overpowered and still haven't been nerfed. So it's fine. As I see Commander Zendar. Hello. I see the emote there, and also it's 2 dinos? Indeed it is. Here is me. The usual chippy tie that you're familiar with. And also V-Roid me, which no one ever really gets to see. I used to use it a lot during the older days of when I started streaming, but 310A wasn't always working out so well when it's running at the same time as like some of the heavier games that I played. It would mess up like the frame rate of my games, so eventually I had to resort to using PNGs, and the switch over to Discord's reactive PNGs is a lot better than what I used to have, but I also do wish I could use my V-Roid model more often. Last time I used it, I think was for my 1 year of streaming anniversary back in March. Actually, no, it was April because between like my older laptop breaking and stuff like that, I had other things happening. It took a month for me to actually get it done. But yeah. And both are cool, y'all. Thank you. I'm glad that you think it's cool. And the little PNG has lots of personality. That is true. I love the little chibi tiny. And honestly, I don't know where it would be with without the slow guy, because he's become a huge part of my identity now, and I just can't imagine being Tyranno Imperio anymore without him being there. And I feel like normally when you see something over and over again, it starts to become boring and loses effect, but I've never felt that way about Chippy Tides. He's always still been the same adorable little buddy that he's always been for me ever since I first saw him. And it only grew more when I started creating adventures, and also the memes that kind of preceded the adventures that I do, and adding him into them. Maybe we should bring back the old Chippy Tie memes from back then. Alongside my adventures, though, it would be very difficult to keep up with all the replies for those. Like, if I were to do all that at the same time. Or maybe instead of, maybe I should stop doing adventure checkpoints and instead do some of the other things I've decided to do, like the dino workshops to get suggestions on what people want from my content, and also use those times for streaming. Maybe not like streaming, but like I can't word, but like just making memes like I used to with Chippy Tie. But yeah. Oh, and I see Anzu is in chat. Morning. Hello there, Anzu. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. It is good to see you here, and I hope that you're having a lovely day today. We actually answered some of your questions earlier during the stream. The one that you asked a while back about how many babies a T-Rex would have in 1 year. Yeah, sorry, but you can always watch the VOD once the stream is over. Plus, I can tell you the answer ahead for back then. I said it was probably around like maybe 40-50 eggs per year. Like most most reptiles in general typically have lots of eggs to make sure at least one of their young makes it to adulthood. I feel like 40, maybe 50 is a decent estimate. We haven't found any T-Rex nests, so we don't know the exact amount. But I'm not entirely sure how like T-Rexes raising their young would work, but I feel like they would have like a mating season every year like most animals. Don't know for sure though. No, wait, we're Ansu? No, we're not. This is a family-friendly channel where us T-Rexes, we are a wholesome bunch. We are a wholesome bunch. We are good dinos. We will never be like that, ever. And then someone comes in with like a clip of another T-Rex VTuber that proves me immediately wrong. Hopefully not. But yeah, right now, the question that I was working on answering just now, it was if I was a Genshin character, which element, region, weapon, and abilities would I have? So I said I would be a pyro. I have pyro elements. I would be from Mondstadt. I would have a weapon that is either Claymore or I would be the first ever knife user. For abilities, my normal attacks would be either the usual Claymore thing of just like bam, 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 bam. With a knife, though, I think it would be similar to Child's E skill, but I guess normal attacks, I would be using physical damage, and then when I use my E skill, I would get a boost, and all my attacks would be pyro based. Plus, for E skill, I decided I would also get like a fiery T-Rex spirit to follow me around and do damage, kind of like Oz does for Fischl and Waba does for Xiangling, but unlike them, the little fiery T-Rex spirit that follows me, I would want it to like be following me around, so even when I'm running away from enemies, it won't be out of range and it will always be helping me out with fighting. And also for I feel like that would work for both like knife or claymore versions of me, but also I said for the knife version of me, if I were to be a knife, like the first ever knife user, I would want to be able to throw knives like burning knives that have the flames start to form the shape of a T-Rex's jaws. I think that would be cool. And then for the Q skill, aka like our ultimate, Claymore. I think it would be cool if I would like to jump up, like the silhouette of a T-Rex's foot were to form around me and like in the form of flames. And when I were to crash down, it would cause an explosion that does area damage. So I guess kind of similar to... I guess it would be like a free plunging attack. Kind of similar to, I think, one of Kazuha's skills, but without Animo, and instead being Pyro. Or maybe I could also just, like, turn into a meteor, though. I don't think I want to remember, like, the incident with asteroids and me. And then for knife... I think it would be cool, like to have, like if it was a 5-star, it will show that my eyes are, like there's flames around them for a bit. And then, I don't know how to describe it, but my attacks would just like be a whole lot faster, like it'd be like a frenzy of attacks for a few seconds. With the silhouette of a T-Rex, the fiery silhouette of a T-Rex behind me, constantly biting at anything that's, like extra close to me. I guess I want something kind of similar to, the Frenzy, power-up from Sonic Colors. Plus the ability to go, Child E-skill on everyone, but even faster. Or I guess something like Razor's attack with the little wolf spirit he's got. So yeah, that would be all my abilities. I would be a Pyro user from Mondstadt with either a Claymore or have the first ever knife user. I would be able to summon a baby T-Rex spirit to help me out in battle. Plus, all my attacks would be infused with Pyro for my E-skill, with also the ability to throw fiery knives that have T-Rex auras around them, if I'm a knife user. Plus, the ultimate skill that lets me become somewhat of a meteor slash Razor's ultimate skill plus Child E-skill. But yeah, I think that's how I would be in, well, that's how I would be in Genshin if I were to design myself. I feel like MiHoYo would do a better job at like balancing me out as a character than I did. So anyways, Anzu, what did you say? Anzu says, mine is Inazuma first. Gauntlets user. Interesting. Uses fists and kicks to fight. An element is Pyro. Well, if you're using fists and kicks to fight, you could be, instead of gauntlets, because we don't have to, you could be the first gauntlets user, or you could also be, a catalyst user and be like, Heizo, that new character, the new Animo character for Inazuma. He's supposed to be like a detective? I'm pretty sure he uses kicks and punches. And Guma says, I doubt Hoyo will ever be good at balancing. Okay, fair enough. But they'd probably be better at it than I am. Arguably. And, talking to Anzu, he says, sounds like Yang Xiaolong from Ruby. Actually, now that I think about it, it does seem like, Yang from Ruby, actually. Now that I think about it. I haven't watched Ruby in a while, though. But I did hear, there's a new anime for it, like, Ruby, Ice Queendom. Alright. So next question. Sorry about that. My throat is kind of sore now, and I forgot to bring any water up here with me before I decided to stream. That was probably not a good move. That was probably not. Ooh, so can you rate the fossil Pokemon from most to least? Interesting. Well, let's see. All the fossil Pokemon, so let me look them up. I already know some, but I don't know if I know every single one. Okay, so here are the, let's see. That's almost all the fossil Pokemon, that's not all of them. Plus I need to know their names, too. At least for some of them. At least for some. Let's see, all fossil Pokemon, where are you guys? Can I just want to get a list of all the fossil Pokemons. Oh wait, hold on, there's, okay, there's them, okay. So, let's see, it's... Oh, hold on. It says reconnection successful. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, jeez. Okay, I think we're back. I don't know what just happened, but for some reason I lost connection. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Okay, just want to make sure everything's okay. I think we're still good. Like, I don't think we had to, like, I don't think Twitch turned it, like, cut it in half to 2 streams now, but, yeah. Yeah, you're back indeed, I am, Pepsi. Welcome back, thank you, Anzu. Mine's using a lot of martial arts, not just brute strength, so... Okay, I don't know what's going on, but... just checking Task Manager to be safe. Okay, it doesn't say anything it has to do with Google Chrome, but just in case, I'm not going to open up a bunch of Chrome tabs anymore to find all the fossil Pokemon. So, I'm just gonna have to recite them all from name. So, I think my most favorite will obviously be Tyrant and Tyrantrum, because I mean, they're the T-Rex based fossil Pokemon. They've got to be my favorites. Behind them, so second place we Tiratoga and Caracosta. And the reason this is the case is because even though there are other dino-based fossil Pokemon, but like that probably could also have the second spot. Caracosta in particular I really liked because when I was younger. I used to play this fan game of Pokemon on Roblox called Brick Bronze before it got shut down. But before that happened, I got my hands on a Tiratoga, evolved it into a Caracosta, and normally I only go for like attacking moves with like no like power up or like status moves at all, because I thought they were a waste of time as a kid. So I decided to, for once, to try and actually use some movesets that some pro Pokemon players use. Specifically, Shell Shock and Aqua Jet, I think. And honestly, I don't think I've ever felt more powerful when I had that Caracosta. Especially since I think it had the animate nature. So I think Shell Smash made it faster and stronger, so it was able to outspeed so many enemies. And because of Aqua... Actually... No, I think it just boosts attack, maybe. And because of Aqua Jet, it always goes first. So it was doing huge amounts of damage to anyone that wasn't resistant to water. So that's why it's my second favorite of the fossil Pokemon. Next up, I think it would be Rampardos, I think. Or, I don't know. Rampardos and Bastodion and their pre-evolutions, they're cool Pokemon like in terms of design, but otherwise I don't know that much about them. Aurora and Auroras would probably rank higher than them, actually. And then, actually, I think third place would probably go to, it would go to Amora, actually, and Auroras. But beneath them and, above, Rampardos and Bastodion would probably be, it would be Archen and Archeops. Because they're also cool creatures, well, cool Pokemon based off, I'm pretty sure it's, Archaeopteryx. The only thing that's stopping them from being good Pokemon to use in battle and stuff is their really bad ability, Defeatist. That means when they lose more than half of their HP, their attack and speed are lowered. Attack and defense, but all they would have to do to make them better is just give them the opposite of that for their ability. They get stronger when they reach below half HP, so that the people using them can possibly get a comeback. And that is how it is with most other games. Like, I feel like in a lot of games there are scenarios where some characters get stronger when they're below half health. Or like when they take a lot of damage. And then beneath Bastodion and Rampardos, I think it would be Kabuto and Kabutops, because I think Kabuto is cute and Kabutops is pretty cool. Then after them would be Lileep and Cradily, because I also used them when I was playing Brick Bronze back when I was a kid. And they're fairly decent. They're too slow to really do much, but when they do get to attack, like after the opponent always, they weren't the worst. Especially when you have a modest Cradily. I think that's the final evolution with like Energy Ball. Then they're pretty good. And beneath them, I guess, would be Omnite and Ammonite. They're good Pokemon too, but I've never really used them before, so I can't really rank them too high. Yeah, I think we have to rank Ammonite pretty darn low, but it would be above who else am I thinking of? Actually no, Aerodactyl should be pretty high up too. Yeah, actually I would probably put it third place above Auroras again. Auroras would then be put down to fourth place. And then Aerodactyl should be third because I've used it a little bit. It's kind of like the OG dinosaur Pokemon, since none of the others from Gen 1 were really dinos. I mean, it's a pterosaur, but it's close enough. It's close. Plus, it gets a Mega Evolution, so that would... I think that puts it up pretty high. But... Also, I'm missing a whole bunch of messages again. Well, Glass Cannon from Anzu. Oh, okay, so mine is Gardevoir and Kabutops, and I wish Kabutops got a Mega form. I wish so too, and also, of course, I would love for Tyrantrum to have had a Mega form as well. That would be awesome. Lower HP for stronger attack, yeah. Their tanks, Cradily is broken if you build it right. Ooh, and I see VTuber Missing Nose in chat. Yo, I came in just, yep, you actually came at the perfect time. Actually, I had a feeling that this was your question. Yep, it's your question, awesome. And what are the rankings so far? Good to see you, Ty, thank you. And it's good to see you here as well. Hope your day is going well. It is, and I hope that your day is going good as well. Why didn't they give the Gen 6 starters Megas? And why did Gen 5 and 6 only get 1 Mega each? Yeah, those were some serious missed opportunities there. Gen 6 in particular, since they're the ones that introduced the Mega Evolution, some of the Pokemon from there should have had Megas. Like how I particularly do not like Gen 8 of Pokemon. Sword and Shield, there's a lot of things that can be said about that, but at the very least, Pokemon from Gen 8 were able to use Gigantamax. And I feel like they should have done something like that for the Gen 6 Mons. And yeah, the Gen 6 starters should have had Megas. Like, Ash Greninja is a cool Pokemon, like, on its own, but if we never knew that Ash Greninja was ever a thing, and it was instead utilized as Mega Greninja, it would still be as cool. People would love it, and they wouldn't know, like, they were missing out on, like, an Ash Greninja. Because it would, like, the idea of it being, an exclusive form for Ash's Greninja wouldn't exist. And not only that, but then the other Gen 6 starters like Delphox and Chestnut could get a chance to shine, which they desperately need, because Delphox is, like, mid-tier in terms of remembrance. Like, some people will be like, oh yeah, I remember that, and that's about it. Chestnut is, like, probably like a few places away from Meganium in terms of most forgettable starter. Like, only a few steps away from it. I can't think of anyone who would be in between them, but it's also possible it might be like the second least rememberable starter. Like, it's cool, but I really don't feel like anyone really talks about it compared to the other two starters. Greninja especially. But yeah, I'm missing a bunch of messages again. Aerodactyl is good. Indeed he is. Especially if you have that one specific ability, I forgot what it is, but I think that allows it to use attacks that normally do recoil damage with no without getting the recoil damage. I forgot what the ability is called. So Mega Tyrantrum better have armor. That would be awesome. I wonder what a Mega Tyranno would look like. Something that could be delved upon another day, perhaps. I agree with Vansu, they should have sticked with Mega forms. Gigantamax is kind of boring. I think some Gigantamax forms look cool. Like, the Gigantamax Charizard looks awesome, but they also could have worked just as well as just more Megas. It would be weird to give Charizard a third Mega Evolution, but I mean, it would fit if they were like to do a Pokemon Z to go with X and Y. Plus, it's not like Charizard is new to getting extra attention anyway, so why not give it a third Mega Evolution? Plus, Dynamax in itself is also very boring. Z moves, broken and not fun. I never played Sun and Moon, so I don't know what Z moves are really like. Like when you're facing them in battle and using them yourselves. But I mean, transformations are going to be cooler than one special move that you only get to use once per battle. I mean, the transformations you can only use once and then never again after you lose the Pokemon that use that transformation. But at least it can stick around for multiple turns. Agreed. And then sadly they only gave Gigantamax to Gen 1 and then a Gen 8 and then a Garbodor. It's like they were, yeah, I always felt weird about that. Like, it's as if they're telling us that all the other generations are like trash to them. They only care about Gen 1 and then Gen 8. Everyone else, they're being represented by Garbodor. And let's see. Missing note says, unless you count Malmetal, which is technically a Gen 7 Pokemon because it's in Let's Go. Let's Go plus Pokemon Go as well, but I don't know if it's like really part of any generation specifically, maybe it's... And also see, I don't talk about my boy Chestnut. I'm sorry, but he has kind of been the one mainly, as you said, left in the dust compared to the other two Kalos starters. Yeah, I love him, and he's unfortunately left in the dust. Delphox is overshadowed by its pre-evolution Braixen. That is true. I don't think Serena only ever kept it as a Braixen and never evolved it to Delphox. And both are vastly overshadowed by Greninja. AKA, current / at least former most popular Pokemon of Japan, I think? Yeah, no one's beat... They brought gold in terms of Greninja for Kalos, and then the other two are just... They just got completely forgotten about. I mean, I guess to give Chestnut some, some attention, I think it was used by Alon during his fight with Leon, from what I've heard, but also from what I've heard, that battle was horrible, so I don't want to talk about that. Especially not how they disrespected my boy Alon. See, Anzu says Mega Forms are better. Agreed. And everyone loved it. But then with Gigantamax, everyone from lots of Gen 1 Pokemon, Gen 8 Pokemon, and then garbage gets Gigantamax and no one else. Melmetal is kind of his own thing. And yeah, Greninja won that poll. No reason for it to be the only Pokemon to get its own forms. We got an Ash Greninja, so why not an Alon Chestnut? That could be interesting. But also from what I've heard, they kind of retconned the existence of Ash Greninja, where some flashbacks to Ash's Greninja, where it should be the Ash Greninja transformation. They were redrawn, like, just to have it be normal Greninja. Which is a terrible... It's a terrible decision, and... I don't want to, like, have that as, like, the main reason of why I don't watch Pokemon Journeys, but... It's definitely stopping me from actually getting into the series now. I don't know why I haven't actually watched Pokemon Journeys. It had a lot of potential during the first few episodes, but I don't know, I just kind of stopped watching after a bit, and now I'm really questioning if I want to actually go back to that or not. Because again, they messed up my boy Alon. I hope Ash does good at the Masters 8, and I want him to beat Alon. If not, at least let Cynthia and Steven and let him be number 2. Ash's Greninja in the anime was pretty awesome. It sucks that it lost in the anime. That that is true, but at the same time, again, I really like Alon, and I'm sad Ash didn't win the Kalos League, but I'm happy that Alon did win, on the other hand. It's like, Ash was I feel like he really was at his best in Kalos. And if he ever deserved to win a league, it should have been Kalos, but at the same time, though, we got to see, not a whole lot of it, but we got to see a good portion of Alon's journey to become stronger with the Mega Evolution specials, plus the few appearances he made in the actual anime. Some of them are pretty notable, some of them is also just, I think we got a flashback of him beating Corina's Lucario before everyone went to the Kalos League, but we got to see and get to know him as I can't word, but we got to see him grow stronger and learn about him as a character. So, I don't feel too bad about Alon winning, at least. Unlike Tobias from the Sinnoh League, which is just... that was just a mess. Like, Ash was doing great, he beat Paul in one of the most epic battles in Pokemon anime history with Infernape. And then just some guy with all legendaries just demolishes his entire team. Yes. If you can't, let him be the very best. And Ash, I read out all of that. I hope asking for a tier list wasn't too big of a question. It's not. I'm kind of getting stuck with I can't. I want to get back to rating all the fossil Pokemon, but I also want to try and answer everyone else in chat as well. If you want to move on to other questions, that's fine. I'll get to this one, but yes. Just favorite and least favorite fossils would be enough. Agreed, Ash should have won Colors. Ash always lost in leagues, Sinnoh was a close second, and Tobias was... yeah. And only in Sun and Moon did he win, and I was cheering for Guzman. Yeah, I adore Ash's Infernape thing. He's definitely one of Ash's best Pokemon, and I heard he also made a return in Pokemon Journeys, but it wasn't the best for him. So, let's see. I can't believe we never got to see Tobias' 4 other Pokemon. I really wanted to see his Sunkern, Unknown, Magikarp, and Dunsparce. If he actually did have those Pokemon, it would be pretty funny. Love Guzma, only villain that everyone loved. Alright, so that's I got through every message in chat right now. So next, I want to continue with rating all the fossil Pokemon, and because of what happened earlier, I'm not sure I want to like open any tabs or like open a tier list without risking my computer just suddenly crashing due to performance, but just thinking how it is so far. Tyrantro and Tyrant, obviously, first place. Second place, Turtoga and Caracosta, because of the how fun it was to play with Caracosta and Pokemon Brick Bronze back when it was still a thing, and using Shell Shock, not Shell Smash, with Aqua Jets. Like all the extra attack that Shell Smash gives you, plus using Aqua Jet so you get stab damage, plus it lets you always go first. Those were super fun days. So that's why it's my second favorite of the fossil Pokemon. Beneath him is Aerodactyl, slash I guess also Mega Aerodactyl, because one, Mega Evolutions make it automatically extra cool as well. But also, it was the closest thing we had to a dinosaur Pokemon in Gen 1, since all the other Gen 1 fossils are based off other prehistoric creatures. Like Ammonite's family is based off, well, Ammonites, and Kabuto and Kabutops, I'm not sure what they're based off exactly. I think Kabuto is based off like a horseshoe crab. But yeah. Then beneath them is... I said Auroras and Amora. Because they're fossil Pokemon too. They're dinosaur Pokemon. Dinosaur-based fossil Pokemon too. And I like their design. I never actually got to use them much, so I can't really say much about how useful they are in battle, but I think they're just cool Pokemon to like. I think they fit well in like the 4th spot. 5th is Archen and Archeops, because I also like their design. They're based off Archaeopteryx, I'm pretty sure, which it in itself is an interesting creature, being like right down the middle between non-avian dinosaur and bird, which are still dinosaurs. Like they're still part of the dinosaur family, so it's a dinosaur. Either way, Archeops is technically a dinosaur. Dinosaur-based Pokemon. It's just whether or not it's a non-avian dinosaur-based Pokemon or avian dinosaur-based. And again, their design is cool. And I played with one using Brick Bronze before, and it's not bad. It's only its ability holding it back, where when it loses less than 50% of its when it has less than 50% HP left, it gets its defeatist ability means it loses part of its attack and defense, which is horrible. It should be like in other games where when someone usually gets less than 50% HP, they get stronger so that the person using them gets a chance for a comeback at least. And not just assign them to their fate like the ability Defeatist does for Archeops. That's the only thing stopping it from being a top tier Pokemon in my opinion. But yeah. And then beneath them would be Rampardos and Bastodion, because they're fairly cool dinosaur Pokemon, but their designs might be a bit underwhelming compared to what I could have hoped for Pokemon based off a Pachycephalosaur and a Ceratopsian. I mean, it could be worse again, but I would also like for more from two Pokemon that I believe are supposed to be based off, like I said before, Pachycephalosaurs and a Ceratopsian, but in particular, I'm pretty sure Rampardos is based off Pachycephalosaurus, and in the case of Bastodion and Shieldon, they're based off Pachyrhinosaurus. And both those creatures, basing them in, like, having them as a reference could create way cooler Pokemon than what we have for Rampardos and Bastodion. Again, as cool as they are, they could have been cooler. It's like that meme from, I think, that one Wonder Woman movie is like, it's good, but it could be better. So that's why I would put it beneath Amora and Auroros. And then beneath them, I would put Cradily and Lileep, because like Anzu said earlier, they're really good if you build them right. And I did play with them back when Brick Bronze was a thing, and it was fun using it, except its abysmal speed. Like it can grow stronger, but you're almost never going to outspeed your opponent with those Pokemon, and that's kind of a bleh for me, but it can still be a good Pokemon. It's just constantly being slower than your opponent just isn't for me. But yes, I still wouldn't have it at the very bottom though. After that, I would have Kabutops and Kabuto because Kabuto is cute and Kabutops is a pretty cool Pokemon. Like Anzu said, it would have been cooler if it could have gotten a Mega Evolution, but even without that, it's still an interesting Pokemon. Then beneath them would be the Ammonites line. Because I know there's the meme about, like, how it's supposed to be, like, God among Pokemon, but I've never actually used it myself, so I don't know, like, how good it is exactly. I personally have no, like, nostalgia or love for it. Plus, its design, it's not bad, but I feel like they could have done more, like, to make an Ammonite-based Pokemon look cooler. And then, after that, I'm trying to think, so it's like, I got Tyrantrum and Auroras, Rampardos and Bastoion, Paracosta, and Archen, so they're both the Unova fossils are theirs. I think the only ones that are left are the Sword and Shield fossil Pokemon, which I would gladly put all of them at the bottom of the tier list for me. Like, I know why they look as weird as they do. They're based off the fossil I forgot what they're called, but they're based off of not griffins. Oh yeah, they're based off the fossil chimeras, which, well, not specific ones, I'm pretty sure, but they're based off fossil chimeras, which are what we call certain, like, quote-unquote new types of dinosaurs or other prehistoric life, which were actually just misidentified fossils of various different animals being smushed together to create something new, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally. Gojirasaurus, the first dinosaur to be named after Godzilla, is an unfortunate example of this, as it was thought to be a coelophysid, but as it turns out, some of his fossils are believed to actually just be from coelophysis plus another creature that isn't even a dinosaur. So there's that. And as we're back to the Sword and Shield fossils, I get where they're coming from with that idea, and it's cool. I don't mind them existing, but I would have loved if you also had the option, like, to help, I think her name Caralis is, with helping her rearrange the fossils correctly, and then you can get the true pure fossil Pokemon that they're supposed to be. Like, be like the others, like, be give her the push she needs to be, like paleontologists were as they were advancing and learning about dinosaurs. Like, back when they were learning that some of the fossils and, like, the prehistoric life that they were coming up with were actually wrong, and what some of the actual creatures they were supposed to be really were. Things like that. Because we didn't, I'm pretty sure it's obvious, we didn't stay that way with the fossil chimeras forever. We didn't realize our mistakes and then, like, rearrange the fossils back into, like, the ones they're supposed to belong with. I think the player should allow, like, to help Careless with that, like, rearranging the fossils, so instead of creating the fossil chimeras, you can get the true fossil Pokemon that they were supposed to be. And maybe they can add a homage to that, like, you can add revisions to Pokedex entries for the messed up fossil Pokemon, where it's like, I can't word, but it's like, I can't word, but basically just we just put into the Pokedex, yeah, we messed up with this one. this isn't how they were actually like back in the past, or it would be like real paleontologists like admitting that some of the hypotheses that they made back in the old days were wrong. I'm really bad at wording things, but yeah, I think it would be interesting like to do revisions and like help Carolus like improve like with the field of research that she's in. Especially considering I don't think she has any other paleontologists helping her out here. At the very least, I feel like she's as far as I know, she's the only one with a name. Anyways, I missed a bunch of messages and actually, before I say that, I also say that is my fossil Pokemon ranking completed, I'm pretty sure, unless I forgot someone. Then I guess they somehow go below the fossils for Sword and Shield. Alright. It's been 3 hours now, and late, but I don't want to end stream just yet because I want to. There aren't that many questions. Well, there are quite a few questions left, but I don't know when I'll do another Q&A, and I don't want to leave anyone's questions unanswered yet. So I want to keep going and answer more questions, and then I guess I'll almost certainly have to do an adventure checkpoint today. Let's see. Thank you so much for answering my question, Ty. No problem missing though, and sorry that might ended up taking so long. Nah, it's fine. I mean, I was happy to answer your question and also answer everyone else's questions in chat earlier. If anything, it's my fault for rambling on a bit too much, and I feel like I repeated a few of the things that I said earlier. But I mean, if everyone's having fun and I was able to entertain you all with that, then it's all worth it. And other messages in the chat that I miss. Doesn't ya boy, indeed. Archeops is definitely my favorite. Bobby the Archeops was an MVP on both my Black 1 Nuzlocke and my first Insurgents playthrough. I know my buddy Waffle adores Rampardos, his favorite Pokemon of all time. And now that I think about it, Fused Tyranno would be interesting. More so like DBC or Steven Universe style fusion would be cool. I was like, if I were to like merge with Chibi-Tai over here. That would be interesting. Also, what if we were to fuse with the anime-esque version of me from my Twitter profile picture? I think that would be cool as well. And I wonder what future dinosaurs will be made into fossil Pokemon. I don't know, but there are quite a few recently discovered Pokemon that would make, like, for some great dinosaur Pokemon designs. Also, dude, you're fine. I also want to say I adore your VTuber model. It's super cute. Thank you. It's the first / only ever Leroy model I've ever created. So I appreciate that. It's gone through quite a few revisions since I first created it, and I love how much it's grown since. I've wanted to make more revisions in the past, but I've always kept losing the motivation to like add on to my design and change things up a bit. I don't know why, but I want to get back into that soon. Anyways, let's see. What are some other questions that I still need to answer? Also, I need to check the time too. So it's 9:08. Yeah, normally I still have plenty of replies from last night. I need to get to. Normally I do a new adventure at like 11, so less than 2 hours. I definitely am not gonna have the time for that. So yeah, well. At least we're all having fun here. Hmm. Yeah, I have quite a bit I need to get to after today's stream, but it'll be fine. Alright, so next up. So what's your favorite other than nuggies? So I think what's your favorite food other than nuggies? Alright. There we go. So what is my favorite other than nuggies? Let's see. I really like steak. Steak is pretty good. Preferably medium rares. I used to like having my steak well done when I was younger. I don't know why I was so messed up as a kid when I was younger. I don't know why I liked my steak well done, but after I tasted medium rare, I didn't go back to that. I don't know if I ever had any other versions of steak like just regular rare or... I never eaten it raw before, but I've heard that some people do that. I am a T-Rex, so maybe I should try some raw meat at some point. I don't know if that's healthy though, with the human body. I also really like barbecued ribs, especially pork ribs. I had some during the 4th of July a few days ago. I also I don't want to take this too long, but I also just want to say it's always been one of my favorite foods, and it's kind of nostalgic for me because I remember back when I moved to my new house for the first time with my family. Back when I was in like in elementary school back then. One of the first things we did, like on the first like evening / night of us living there, we did have like we had a little barbecue party in the back of the house, and one of the foods we had was pork ribs. I think it was the first time I ever had it, and it just kind of became one of my favorite foods of all time. And even after that, we would usually only have it during like special occasions and like times to celebrate. So maybe that's why it means a lot. I don't know about means a lot, but like it's always been one of my favorite foods. And it's just nice whenever I get to eat ribs. And let's see, trying to think of other foods that I liked. I guess I like vanilla ice cream as well. Say what you will, but even though it's bland as heck, but I just like vanilla ice cream, and I want to apologize for that. I don't even usually like eating it with toppings, or I usually just eat like vanilla ice cream as it is. But when I do get the chance, I do like mixing it in with like Hershey chocolate syrup. That's good too. And I like to add sprinkles as well. Sprinkles are they're not always a good choice though for me, because I don't know, it's weird to have something that you have to crunch while you're eating ice cream. It's just a bit weird sometimes. But yeah, those are some of my favorite foods besides the nuggies. Alright. Alright, so let's see. Next question is... Hold on. Alright, go to text. Let's see. How strong is a giga? So, I'm guessing you mean a Giganotosaurus. Well, a Giganotosaurus, it's certainly a strong creature. It's one of the renowned megatheropods. Mindy is one of the extra large theropods alongside the likes of Tyrannosaurus rex, like me, and Spinosaurus. And also fellow Carcharodontosaurs like Carcharodontosaurus itself, Mapusaurus, and a few others. As for how strong a Giga is, despite what Jurassic World Dominion would tell you, and I guess this might also be a bit in part to T-Rex bias, but it actually would not have been as strong as a T-Rex is, because T-Rex is actually, it technically is larger than a Giga. While a Giga is longer and I think taller also than T-Rex, these dinos aren't like cubes, so they aren't taking up like all that space. In other words, like, you also have to factor in, like, in terms of like how big a creature is, the amount of muscle it has. And in that instance, T-Rex has overall more muscle mass than Giga, and that makes it the largest known theropod technically. It's like why an elephant is considered today's largest land animal, even though the giraffe is taller. It's because giraffes are a bit lankier than an elephant is, and it doesn't have the same muscle as they do. That's kind of how it is with Giga and T-Rex. Though Giga still would have been tough in its own right. But unlike a T-Rex's teeth, which I would compare to like I can't word, but it's like those nails that people use when but they do like ice sculpting or just like creating sculptures in general, like that big nail thing that people use like to hammer it in. T-Rex teeth would have been like that. Kind of sharp, but also kind of blunt at the very tip, so, and also thick, so they don't like snap when they try to crush through bone. Like they're able to withstand the force of a bone crushing bite. On the other hand, with Gigas and other Carcharodontosaurids, their teeth aren't quite like that. They're more blade-like, with specific serrations that many compare to sharks. If you've seen like a saw, like how they have tiny sharp edges along the sides, their teeth would be like that. So it's like a knife that's already sharp, with a bunch of tiny knives along the edges as well. So instead of going for crushing bone, a Giganotosaurus's teeth it'd be like a steak knife, like tearing into flesh. It couldn't break bone, but it definitely causes prey to bleed, probably tearing off chunks of meat that it could have just taken and eaten from large sauropods. I tried to, I can't work, but they probably could have killed a fully grown sauropod if they worked together as a pack, but it's also possible that Carcharodontosaurs, Giga included, could have just gone for like the cookie cutter shark method of tearing off flesh from their prey and then eating that and then leaving so that their prey animal lives so they can keep eating off of it later on. And plus, while it's still alive, it can heal and regrow that flesh for the predator to come back and eat later. They probably wouldn't have resorted solely to that, but it's possible they could have. That was a viable strategy they could have used. And like I said before, Gigas and other large Carcharodontosaurs might have been capable of fighting and taking down sauropods as a group. So how strong is the Giga? Not as strong as some media depict it to be, but it's certainly a powerful creature in its own right. it would be like facing just a whole bunch of knives. And it's also possible to keep you alive, let you run away until later, and then it'll come back to take another bite. So they're certainly their own they're their own version of kind of like, they're scary and powerful in their own way. Not quite like other theropods like T-Rex, but they are cool, and I feel like I might have made that too much about just how cool T-Rex is. I'm sorry. Alright, so next up. Would you rather... Let's see here. Would you rather fight 10 Brachiosaurus-sized Nuggies, or fight 1,000-sized Compsognathus Nuggies? An interesting. Brachiosaurus-sized Nuggies or Well, let's see. It really well, not really depends, but if I'm allowed to do a bit of research on it. Okay. Okay, you know what? Actually, first, I'm going to say, I'm gonna say my answer, and then I'll look it up and then do the math to see which would actually be better. Okay, so let's see. 1,000 Compsognathus or 10 Brachiosaurus? Like, I feel like the extra numbers for the Compsognathus, it's certainly possible, but that they might be better, but Brachiosaurus are like so much bigger than Compies that I feel like they could make up for like a large portion of the Compies with just one. Okay, I'm gonna put my faith in the Brachiosaurus. Alright, that's gonna be my final answer. And then I'm going to look up I'm gonna look up their weights. So I can get an estimate as to like the amount of Nuggies I'll be getting from this. So it's Brachiosaurus-sized Nuggies and Compsognathus-sized Nuggies. So based on their weights, it would probably be... They're made of the same material, so I think... If we just look at their weights and compare them, we'll get to see which one is better. First, alright, 1,000 Compsognathus. So let me see. What is the weight of a Compsognathus? I don't know, let me see, what's your weight? Actually, your mass, that works too. 6.6 pounds. But also just to check again, let's look up weight. It also says 6.6 pounds. Okay, I see other results that say like less than 7 pounds. 5.5. Less than 1 pound for one specimen. That 3 kilograms. Okay, most of these are kind of all over the place, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'll just round it up to 7 pounds, sure. But just assume that these are like above averagely sized Compsognathus. So 7 pounds times 1,000 for each. So that's 7,000 pounds. I realized I really did not need to look up what that would amount up to, but I mean, I guess like it's better to double check than be wrong because I'm bad at math anyways. Okay, so 7,000 pounds for the copies. Brachiosaurus weight. I know these guys are supposed to be super heavy, but let's see. Okay, so let's... They weighed more than 28 tons. Let's see. 28 to 58 metric tons. Nearly 80 metric tons, 62 metric tons. Okay, so I'll go with... Hold on. I'll go with the smallest estimate and say... Just in case. The smallest estimate I see so far is 28 tons. So 28 tons in pounds. That is 56,000 pounds. So one Brachiosaurus would be, hold on, I'm trying to think. It would be, I think it would be like exactly 8,000 compies then. If our 7,000 pound estimate for the compies is correct. Again, I just looked it up. These might not even be that accurate, but I gave compies the benefit of the doubt. Said that they would have been around maybe 7 pounds. Times 1,000. Brachiosaurus, the lowest estimate I saw was 28 tons. So 56,000 pounds. So just one brachie is 8 times more than the 1,000 compies. So I was right to choose the Brachiosaurus. I was right to put my trust in the Brachiosauruses. Because just one is 8 times more than the 1,000 compies. So 10 of them is... I'm getting 80 times more nuggies than I could have with the 1,000 Compsognathus. If I were to actually get 10 Brachiosaurus-sized nuggies, I'll never have to steal another nuggie in my life again. I would probably be set for maybe 1 year. That would certainly be something. Also, I see the mods plays in chat. Hard question. Indeed, until you apparently do the math, then you actually have the knowledge of what their sizes probably were, then it's certainly a sight to behold. Oh, and I don't know how accurate this is, but while I was looking around, apparently Argentinosaurus was at 77 tons. Some of these are probably inaccurate, but I just want to see how much that would be. 77 tons to pounds. 154,000 pounds. Wow. Suffice to say, I will be well fed for a very, very long time. So, next question. Alright. Let's see. How is Dino so, at Photoshop? Well, actually, here's the thing. I don't actually use Photoshop. It's... my photo editing, well, all of it is actually done, well, most of it is actually done in Krita. It's a free art program that you can use too if you wish to. Also, actually, I know, some of the PNGs I use, I don't get rid of backgrounds myself, I usually use remove .bg. It's a good tool for getting rid of backgrounds and like getting the transparent PNGs that you want. Usually, sometimes it doesn't work very well. It really depends. Most of the time it does wonders. Sometimes you might come across a few PNGs that don't work so well on it and you get annoyed at remove BG. But other times you get really good results. I agree, Tyranno's editing skills are incredible. Oh, thank you. And I adore all the adventures you do. Your vibe. Aww. Thank you, Missy. I appreciate that. Okay, right. We went to space once with 2 other guys. Long story. I actually remember that these mods. I think it was you, me, I think, Ryoto. Yeah, you were with Ryoto, I think, too, and I don't remember who else was there. Yeah, Tyranno's awesome, super down to earth, entertaining as heck. God, adorable, talented, fun to be around, hardworking, and a really good. Thank you, Missing though, and you're a really good friend too, and you're super sweet. And you remember nice, indeed. I mean, I try to remember all the adventures that we go on, because they are genuinely fun to me, but the dino's brain is also not the best with memory, so it's kind of down the middle. But I do tend to remember a lot of adventures, including some for like a few months ago. Usually. At least I try to. Alright, but yeah, next up. Okay, we have only a few more questions to go. Well, actually, hold on. Okay, we have like 9 more questions to go through, so I think we should probably make it before like get around to like just about the 4-hour mark. I guess we can also go on a bit longer if anyone else has any questions they want to ask, like last second. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to like reorganize everything so that it fits. Let's see, eat it. Okay, there we go, now it works. So question, you have to pour maple syrup onto one food and then eat it. What do you think would taste the best? I mean, I've eaten pancakes with maple syrup before, so I guess probably that, but other foods... I don't know, I feel like only pancakes make sense with maple syrup. I guess I could try eating it with nuggies, but I have no idea. Oh, I see Dry Milk is in chat. Hello there, Dry Milk 583. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day today. Thank you for stopping by. It is good to see you here, and I hope that you are doing well. We're currently going through my first Q&A stream. It's going pretty well so far. We've got a few more questions left to go through, but we are kind of nearing the end of them all. And right now, the question I have is, you have to pour maple syrup onto one food and then eat it. What do you think would taste the best? And I said, I think pancakes. It's the only one that really makes sense. Missing No says, waffles with maple syrup and peanut butters really taste, especially toasted. Interesting. I never heard of people adding peanut butter to it. That sounds good. Alright, so next question. It's pretty down to earth and simple for us T-Rexes. How sharp are your teeth? Alright, so I mean, like I said before, our teeth are they're like railroad nails slash like the nails that people use for like ice sculpting and like sculpting rocks too. They're pretty darn sharp, but somewhat bluntish at like the very tip of it, so that like, and also the tooth itself is usually pretty thick, so that the teeth itself can withstand like inserting like the bone crushing force onto anything they bite into without breaking themselves. And plus, not only that, but our teeth also have serrations on the sides. For those of you who don't know what serrations are, if you look at like a saw, they'll have like sharp, tiny edges on the sides that give them better cutting power. Those are basically what serrations are, the sharp edges. Like the tiny sharp edges that give them extra cutting. Our teeth had that as well. So it's suffice to say, our teeth are pretty darn sharp. I see the mods place. Does drakes and dragons consider dinos with wings? Actually, this reminds me of a joke back when I was just starting out as a dino VTuber, where I think Queen Tyra, she made a tweet talking about if dinosaurs are just flightless dragons, but like going full serious for this, I don't think they probably wouldn't be. Like, based on how dragons like typically look compared to dinosaurs, they seem more like they would be distant relatives, but maybe also descendants of archosaurs like dinosaurs are, but would be a separate group from them, like how pterosaurs, mosasaurs, and crocodilians are. They'd be related, but they went down a different evolutionary path from their archosaur ancestors. But again, they would be fairly closely related to dinos. But based on just how their general anatomy compared to each other, they don't look like they'd be like direct relatives to the point they'd be fellow dinos as well. But something similar, definitely. Yeah, I guess so too. But on the plus side of things, there is a dinosaur out there who kinda tried to be a dragon. In a sense. Let's see. Okay, trying to find a good picture. Oh, this is a good picture of him. Alright, here it is. It's a dinosaur called Yichi. I probably mispronounced that name horribly, but let's see. Here it is. Artwork was done by Rachel Kukala. I definitely mispronounced that, but you can see here, this small dino friend, it wasn't going, it was learning how to fly quite like other dinos, other small dinos like the Microraptorans, but unlike them, it was going for kind of like a dragon slash bat kind of wing pattern, like style of wings, as you can see over here, which is quite interesting. And lots of people often compare it to like a dragon in a sense. And I feel like this artwork in particular makes it look a bit more dragon-like. It's probably the closest thing we'll get to like a dinosaur-dragon mix, but it was still a cool creature in its own right. Alright, so let's see. Next question. Let's see, here we go. Do you eat chicken nuggets or do you eat other foods? Do you know me, person who sent this message, sent this question? No, I eat nuggies. But, I mean, technically it's both. I eat chicken nuggies and I eat other foods as well. Nuggies are the main one, but I do eat some other foods as well. Mostly meat, other meats though. Yeah, the dino is pure carnivore. It's what nature intended for us T-Rexes and how it should be. Plus, meat is good. Even if I had the option to not eat meat. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I guess other carnivores, all us carnivores do occasionally need to eat plant matter, like gnaw on grass, to survive, because we also need fiber, and most of our diet doesn't really give us much of that, so we need to do what we can. Just like how some herbivores will occasionally eat meat to supplement their diet for the proteins that they aren't usually getting from their main source of food. Like, for example, some cows have been seen eating bones, and a few of them have even been seen eating, at least one has been seen eating a whole snake. And on the other hand, crocodiles have been seen eating kumquats, and I think alligators have been seen stealing watermelons, or something like that, in Florida. Well, I guess that might just be like, that's probably regular day Florida for most people, but it's so interesting. And since I mentioned 2 cases of carnivores eating plants, I also want to mention how a typical herbivore, deer, have sometimes been seen eating dead birds. So yeah, nature isn't quite so black and white. Anyways, next up. My next question is, are you afraid of the dark? I'll admit, even to this day, I'm still a bit afraid of the dark. Back in the time of the Cretaceous, I wasn't quite as afraid of the dark because in my true T-Rex form, I had night vision and an extra good sense of smell. Plus, I had my pack mates there to help me. This made me feel safe, but nowadays with my human form, where I still have many of my abilities, but they're quite heavily restricted now with this human form, it feels a lot less safe in the dark. So normal, especially when I'm like the only one downstairs, and I need to go up to my bedroom. As soon as I turn off the lights, I just bolt upstairs. I don't know why. I know there's nothing there in the darkness, but it still scares me and makes me want to go back up to my bedroom as quickly as I can. But yeah, the Dino is a little bit afraid of it. A little bit. Unless I were to still retain my night vision and power I had as a true T-Rex. Alright, so even more questions. I'm going to Burger King. Do you want anything? I want the nuggies. That is all. That is. And have a good rest of your day, person that answered this question. And you better get the nuggies to me soon from Burger King. It'll go well with the nuggies that I'm trying to steal from McDonald's today. And I still need to get around to helping everyone with the heists. But like I said, I'm gonna try and get to all the messages that I can today. Well, all the questions that I can today, and like words. Let's just fully go through my promise of answering everyone's questions. There you go. Favorite pizza toppings? Okay, I might as well refresh just in case. Yeah, okay, there aren't any new new questions left, so. Yeah, I only have a few more questions left to go before we're done. And then I can get back to getting everyone. Like getting to everyone's replies on Twitter and stuff like that. That way I also do have to I can't word, but I also do have to eat dinners. Cause I'm a bit hungry. I see. But yeah, person who asked, going to Burger King, what do I want? I want the nuggets. Also, the mods place, says, do you, hold on. If I move the text box around, I think I can actually see, yeah. Do you eat, other dino VTubers? Sorry, my throat is still so sore, but, normally I do not. Normally I don't. I'm only friends with other dino VTubers. But I do make the occasional joke of trying to eat the others sometimes, where, I think when I first met Sujisaur, we joked about how since like I'm a T-Rex and she's a Velociraptor. She's smaller than I am, possibly prey. But we're friends. Though then again, I guess us T-Rexes, we would eat anything, even some things that are larger than we are. Like a Montosaurus, for example, is a hadrosaur that I'm pretty sure actually was bigger, slightly bigger than T-Rex, including by weight, since no sauropods lived in Hell Creek. There was that whole niche for giant herbivores left up to them. So they made full use of it and became incredibly large. And they, unlike most media shows, they probably could have held their own against T-Rex. It's still, based off fossil evidence, it does seem likely that T-Rex would have made them a fairly frequent food source, but and Montosauruses would have still been a pretty big threat to any T-Rexes that tried to eat them. But yeah, for now there's only peace between me and other Dino VTubers. Only peace. Unless a Triceratops VTuber comes by and gets a little too close while I'm hungry, then we'll see. Suspicious cough. No, don't question it. Don't question it, these mods. Anyways, next question is, what are your favorite pizza toppings? Hold on, I want to rearrange everything again. So, actually, I don't actually typically like eating pizza with toppings that often. I actually like eating just plain cheese. Again, like my taste for specifically vanilla ice cream. I know my tastes are a bit boring, but I just like regular cheese pizza. Not pepperoni, or like with anchovies or anything like that on it. Just plain cheese is good for me. So, one of my favorite toppings, none of the above. Just give me plain cheese pizza. Alright, so next question. Would you rather olive oil or butter in a pan? Well, actually, I do a little bit of cooking myself nowadays. specifically for eggs, because those are one of the few things I can actually cook myself. And often for those, when cooking eggs, I use olive oil. I don't know if anyone in my family really uses butter when cooking, but we like to use olive oil or like vegetable oil a lot. Those might be the same thing, I'm not sure. But yeah, olive oil is the dino's answer, especially when cooking eggs. Because again, that's the only thing I cook. Well, besides ribs, because I did learn how to cook them from my parents. So I can cook two things that are meat related. On par for the course of a T-Rex, but most humans or human-like creatures, that might be a bit disappointing. Okay, so what is the longest time that you've microwaved something for? Let me think. I don't remember, because normally I just keep it on. Most oftenly, I only use it for like 30 seconds. And if it feels too hot or like too cold, just 30 seconds again. Maybe go up to a minute if I'm feeling annoyed. I feel like the most I've ever gone to would be 5. I think that's about it, but like another person said for a microwave question earlier, apparently the max it can go up to is 40. I don't know why it can go that high. Because at that point you could have just used an oven or like a stove and then cook it with better quality and much faster probably than the oven. Well, than a microwave, but yeah, I think 5 minutes. That's how long I've microwaved something for. Okay. The higher time is probably for defrosting mostly. Ah, I see. I guess that makes sense, but I guess what my family often does for like defrosting would just like to keep it outside. Well, not outside, but like take it out of the fridge and like put it in like a container, leave it for a while, and then like start using it for cooking. But maybe using the microwave works as well. I'm not sure. It might be more convenient in terms of like waiting. But anyways, just looking through all of these, I think this is my final question actually. Yep, this should be the final one, unless anyone else in chat has any more questions to ask. It's, do you prefer floor or carpet in your rooms? Let's see, hold on. Hold on, let me rearrange it. For floor on. There we go. Do this. Alright, so it's convenient, but do remember that it kind of dehydrates the food. Ah, right, I remember that from... Yeah, Shikuma, you mentioned that earlier. Like the differences between cooking using an oven and a microwave. You said it excites the water particles using radiation. Yeah, so it's convenient, but it dehydrates the food. So I guess in that case, my parents' method might be a bit better of just like taking it outside and just letting it defrost naturally. Alright. So, unless anyone else has more questions in chat that I wouldn't mind answering if you guys do. But as far as I know, the last question is right here. Do you prefer floor or carpet in your room? I have carpet in my room right now, and I can safely say I feel like I prefer carpet. I like the nice and softness of it more than, I guess, it's like the cold, hard, like wooden floors that the rest of my house has. Well, not the rest of it entirely, but like other parts of my house has. I mean, it's cool. Like, I can't word it, but it's like, there's nothing wrong with the wooden floor as well, but I feel like I prefer like the softness of the carpet. It feels nicer. I like the comfy feeling more than just cold, hard wooden floor. Plus, it hasn't happened yet, but like if I were to, I do move around a lot in bed. So if I were to ever fall off, then I would rather like land on carpet than cold, hard wooden floor, like I keep saying. Though I guess I will say, carpet does it's better like keeping like certain things in as opposed to wooden floors where it's easy to clean stuff up. Like, as for example, my dog has free range of the house, so my parents were used to be against that because they said, Lucas is gonna get all his fur everywhere. Me and my sister said, yeah, it's fine, we don't care. And I still don't, but my parents were right as well. Lucas's hair is like all over my carpet. And it's really, even when we vacuum, it's still possible that we still see a lot of it like in the edges of like the carpet and on like the far sides of the room, and yeah. So it's all in all, it's at least like if you're dealing with pet fur, then carpet may not be the best way to go. But if you don't mind it, the pet fur, which like me, then, or you like the comfiness in general, carpet over floor. And that is that pretty much wraps up my first ever Q&A stream, right around the 4 hour mark. So I'll just put this here. So thank you for watching, folks. Alright, I'm gonna find someone on Twitch to raid, but as I'm doing that, I just want to say thank you again to everyone who stopped by today. For almost 4 hours of streaming. I wasn't expecting it to last for this long, but I hope everyone enjoyed the several hours of the dino just rambling while trying to answer questions. I hope you all had a good time here and I was able to entertain you all, and I hope to see you all, I believe on Saturday when I'm going to do another art stream, and in some of my other streams as well, where we play games, we draw, we do other thingies that I'm planning to do because I want to expand my streaming content. We chat, we hang out, we be buddies, and we just have a jolly good time together. But until then, I see a fellow dino VTuber, Kira P Raptor Girl, is streaming right now. So I'll send you over from one dino to another. So raid, Kira P, and there we go. Alright, and soon I shall send you all off to meet the fellow dino. But again, I just want to say thank you again to everyone who stopped by during the past almost 4 hours. I hope you all had a good time here, and I hope to do something like this again in the future too, because this was super fun for me. And I hope to expand my streaming content even more than I have been before, and I just want to come up with a whole bunch of more crazy, cool, fun ideas to entertain you all and just have a jolly good time here on Twitch. But right now, have a good rest of your day, folks. Take care, and I shall see you all later. And bye-bye for now. And now I wait for Twitch to catch up with me so I know when to click the red button. Okay, there we go.